Hello. Welcome to the sick edition of the stream. Let us see if we can get this started. We're going to just try and see how many races we can do. Hopefully I've set everything up. Hello Cosby, hello Adsta. And hopefully it'll be a good time. Yes, my drivers are currently the two things that are terrorizing me. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of these two fellas. And I wanted to be down with the sickness, but there is a character limit, so our team is just down with the sickness. I have eaten more painkillers than I probably should. Fever reduces everything, so hopefully I'll be able to survive the 4 races we're going to do today. But if I do not, then we'll just see how far we get, and hopefully I'll be better tomorrow. That is going to be the goal. I am taking it easy. Taking it easy, enjoying qualifying, wrestle with a amazing qualifying run. But yeah, Verstappen second. It's going to be interesting because if Red Bull has fixed their car, this is going to be a legendary end to this season. So I have hope that we're going to have a fun time in Singapore tomorrow. I've become an influencer rather than an influencer. Not wrong. Hello Jasper, how you doing? My return is greater than the return of the king. Oh, now I need the music. Should have had some, Lord of the Rings music whenever Floof hits the barrier. Or when people returned. Hello, Stewie, Stevie. Hello, Mangova. It is time for Floof Redemption. We'll see how that do. Nice to see the Russell do well on that track. Honestly, it's good for him, yeah. It is good. Why does YouTube have experience now? I don't know. To be fair, I don't know. But we're going to start here in Singapore. Before we do that, though, let us take a look at the drivers that will be competing. We have David and Smooth Operator in Ferrari. We have Carson Joel and Undead Xenonix in McLaren. Cosby and Xenonix had the exact same point score. Cosby Grace fully decided to allow the rookie a chance in F1. We'll see how that goes. We have Floof Redemption and the veteran here who knows how to win, Matheus Mourinho, who will try and guide him to an actual decent finish this season. We'll see how that goes. Then we have Verstappen and Cosby, which is Petrov's driver in Mercedes. This is not actual Cosby. You get the idea. Mimic and DSB at Alpine. We have El Matador Maldonado and Logan Sargent at Williams. We have Mises Dimmadome. I did butcher your name in F2. Have corrected documents. I got the correct name in here. As well as Danger Man in Haas. Olivica, we have Harman Singh and Shay Moore. Then we have the Real Max and Ethan, who both got through with the Saubers in F2. I thought we'll keep them like that. Finally, Third Chow, Poconaldo, and Keith Hayes line up in Aston Martin. Now, as I've probably mentioned 100 times by now, I am sick. I've been on and off sick for basically the last 2-3 weeks. It's been miserable. But Bacteria and Vinivirus is here to ensure that I stay sick. We'll see how this goes. Did I kidnap Floof? No, I did not kidnap Floof. I'm gambling on making this work, but maybe I'll kidnap Floof tomorrow. I don't have a proper microphone on my headset, yeah. So couldn't really kidnap him if I wanted to. I'll only mention this once because it's a different game, but thanks for the daily use of Kitasan. No worries. I do get rewarded for whenever you start, so don't worry, Edster. I'm glad it is helpful. Floof would kidnap Nero if anything. I don't think you are wrong with that, but yeah. Tesla cars, they have been equalized. I'm just going to double check before we get started because, as I mentioned, flu, sore throat, everything really. I don't actually know what it is, but it's really killing me. I've been in a coma. It's spending the last couple of days sleeping 90% of the time. But in terms of the cars, they've all been equalized at 70%. Every team has been given the exact same engines. So this should promise to be an interesting fight. And yes, I have remembered to set up the points for season of mid. I think we'll see after the first race. Maybe I need to do a little bit of editing, but we will see. We still need that in the video. I'm kind of working on making an introductionary kind of guide thingy for dummies with that. So if my voice wasn't busted, it would have been out probably a couple of weeks ago. I would kidnap you and force you to use your luck in my favor. The only thing that would happen if you tried to kidnap me, Floof, is that you'd somehow get run over while trying to kidnap me. They're willingly co-host, but my study would be as useful as Nero being sick. Big W, hello David. But I think we're ready here to just jump straight into the first race of the season, and then I'll catch up a little bit with chat, and we'll see what everyone has to say here. But Singapore is our first stop. It is this weekend's race, so I thought it would be a good starter. Let's see how this goes. Now, I do remember one thing that I've done wrong. That is going to mess up the F1 season, but it's honestly a little bit too late to fix here. I forgot to edit the weather. I just realized now that I saw the weather here. I don't know what weather we're going to get for any given race. And honestly, it is the season of mid. We have no way to predict the weather here. So if we get 8 dry races, we get 8 dry races. If we get 1 dry race in Singapore and 7 wet races, we get that. So the weather will be random this time around. Sorry, everyone, for being a fool that forgot something that basic. But at this point, I don't want to go into the save and edit more. It's how they break. So let's just live with the tragedy of the weather. And I'm sorry for everyone who did not invest in adaptability. All of you to assume Nero has any luck either, Floof. To be fair, Lando, I rolled I won a 20% chance and then a 10% chance twice today, just to annoy Floof. So I think my luck is decent. Let's just put it like that. Let's send the virus out here for the first run. And we might also be a little bit of a helpful hand here to the Dimmadome. Dimmadome has somehow slid out right behind of us. That's gonna get interesting. What kind of name is that? And your driver's names? It's basically just because I'm sick, David. So I made a joke on that. That's all that is. Just never make the mistake again. I'll somehow mistakenly turn your control to 1, Floof. Floof will be the first to catch the virus. Maybe that's what I need to mod in. A virus that just lowers your driver stats by like 5 overall to mess with you. Okay, we're actually giving Dimmadome here a little bit of a helping hand because we're basically doing some clearing of the slower cars in front. Our car is a little bit better than the rest here. But clearly it did not help as the Nonix gone even quicker. Same here with the Mimic. Oconaldo continues his tradition of not having a good time in qualifying. We'll see how that goes. Floof already has phone control. You wouldn't dare. Yes, we do a season where mentality is on, just to mess with people. Hello, Gibrixio. Gibrixo? Gibrix? Gibrixo. Sorry for butchering you. Hello there, thank you for stopping by. The Ferraris must win. We shall see how this goes. Qualifying so far. The banker laps are going in. Ace is so far. Faster than everyone. I'm already sweating sitting here. That's not good news. That said, we'll see how long I survive. I have basically a bucket next to me to sip out of, ensure that I don't die. Let us see it now. We have a Ass driver that's gone even quicker. The Alpine team. Are they going to do some redemption here? And where is Floof Redemption? He's setting his first fastest lap. Is it going to be good enough? No. It's absolute garbaggio. What about his teammate? He's up 2/10 in the first sector. Can Mourinho here do something? Up 2/10 in the second sector. That should be good enough to get him out of Q1, but he'll still be in danger. People will be improving. And another 2 tenths in the final sector compared to his teammate. Wait a minute, that doesn't add up. It's 4 tenths. Well, I guess you were kind of closer than I thought then, but we shall see. Rixo? Okay. We'll do that. If you feel like doing one race, only do one race. I'll do as many as I feel like, and worst case scenario, we'll just do a save. Mid-race save and continue where we leave off. I'll keep going as far as I feel comfortable. Don't worry, Cosby. Blue Redemption, my ass. Always put me in a Ferrari. I believe you do like the Ferrari. If I'm mistaken, David, I'll put you in a different team. Normal services resumed. Hello there, Edster. Oh, the Ethan has caused a red flag. Is that the end of qualifying? The Ethan continues where he left off. Destruction derbying.
Follow the drivers then through
and of course it is the driver that I'm watching, because I would never curse anyone.
Clear contact there, and even if they do make it to the race okay, they've clearly got a challenge on.
Let's just end qualifying with Floof being out is the big question. Will he have time to do a run? 3:14. Ah, plenty of time, don't worry. But this is going to be traffic paradise now. Currently, Floof, Max, Coconaldo, and Verstappen all in danger. 3 minutes after qualifying, we have no data. Are we gonna see improvements here? Outlaps have begun. Floof has got a nice window to work with, but he's out pretty early. That's not good news for him. And I think we'll enjoy a little bit of the Floof redemption here, as he is the one that really needs an improvement here to get out of the danger zone. We're even gonna do this, so we can enjoy it and with a little bit less clutter on the screen. You see an improvement here from Sing, which means improvements are possible. That is a first screen sector from the Floofer here. Probably not enough. Some cars are finding 3 tenths compared to him in the first sector. We'll have to see how that goes. It's do or die. One shot quali. Poconaldo is improving. Max and Verstappen not improving very much. And Floof here, 37-1. You need a little bit more than that, I think. What can Floof and Verstappen do? Verstappen is out. The Floof is not out. What? That's not in the script. That pushes our Shaymore here down. But Mourinho, Verstappen, Coconaldo, can you get out of danger? Coconaldo gets out of danger, puts Sargent down. And unfortunately for Sauber here, Max could not improve. With that, we have Sargent, Mourinho, Verstappen, and the real Max out in Q1. Just gonna get the second qualifying started here, and then I'll take a look at chat and see what wisdom you have imparted upon me. Then my boy Virus out.
Okay, so the green light is now.
Let's see. The moment there was red flag, I got a care advert. I'm sorry. That's payback for screwing me over in F2. Highway to the Floof. With them from time, we shall see. Up to an F1, 2 Div, 2 both out in Q1. It happens. It is qualifying. Who made Floof? This can't possibly be him. Yes, to be fair, Floof qualifying P1, it would be peak, because that gives him a bonus point. But yeah, we are playing Season of the Mid. P11 here, actually getting this position is where you want. P10 pays the most, and P11 in qualifying equals P10 as your starting position. So there is a reason behind the madness. For now though, I am just going to speed this up a little bit. We'll get the Bank collapse out. We'll see how where everyone stacks up. And we'll see if Floof needs some someone to hold his hand. He is actually in a good position right now. And he's actually exactly where he wants to be before the final runs are coming in. Let us see here what happens. Okay. Maldonado currently holding that very much coveted spot, and I'm an idiot who has not turned on sectors. Sorry, everyone. You should join us for next season. Yeah, we shall see. Danger Man so far is the quickest one. David is improving from P16. This is going to be enough, though. Floof is also improving. He's quicker than he was in Q1. And David goes 7th fastest. Floof here, trying to improve. Cosby not having a good good run here. Not likely to improve as things stand. And same for Maldonado. I believe that is Maldonado out in Q2, but in a good position, close to the points. Mimic does not improve. Floof, what can you do in the final sector? No improvement to be found. And with that, I think we have our victims here. Although, let's be honest, the Alpine driver here could improve. I believe they are on the fast lap. They're the only one. Singh is currently in danger, but honestly, we'll probably be very happy if they got knocked down a peg. So we'll see what Daly here can do. Floof already giving up a little bit earlier. But yeah, it looks like DSB, is Daly, is going to knock Singh out here. It's a pretty good improvement, but let's face it, you're just doing Singh a favor if you knock him out, which is hilarious. No, you actually lost out in the final sector. No improvement there. And with that, we have our cars out. So Nonix could still improve. Kind of missed out on him a little bit. But yeah, Mimic, Maldonado, Floof, Daly, and Cosby are out. And Singh could still get that 11th place qualifying position if Daly improves. Sorry, Xenonix improves. And he does. So Singh out instead of Xenonix. I can might have fresh attempts of people to like the stream. I appreciate that, Jasper. Appreciate it. I think there's a few people now watching the streams too, so that might have an effect, to be fair. But I do appreciate the effort. Okay. Q3 underway. We'll get the bank collapse out of the way here. And we'll see where people line up. So far, Dimmadome is the quickest. Xenonix and the Hasses are doing good. Coconaldo has somehow found himself in Q3. This is illegal. That should not happen. But yeah, we are ready now for the final runs. Shamo currently in the best position, followed by David. We have Joel, Xenonix, Dangerman, Coconaldo, Dimmadome, Operator, and then Hayes. We'll see how this goes. March of this year was the first season? Was it? You're probably correct, to be fair. But yeah, this season has been extremely delayed, which sometimes happens because life just gets in the way. But let us see here. We're interested to see if someone is going to be regretting improvements. Joel, first one out there. There is a point for pole position, currently held by Dimmadome, but pole position is not really what you want, as we figured out in the F2 season. Shamo here does improve up to 5th. Not the best thing ever. Dangerman here might be in a good position, as it's very likely that everyone is going to improve ahead of him. And finally, we have David. I believe you just started your fast lap. You have an Aston Martin hounding you at the moment. And worst case scenario here, you could actually... honestly, the best case scenario for you is that the Aston Martin gets aggressive and tries to overtake you. Because that way, both your runs will be screwed. And it's the Aston Martin Pocanaldo. It is. Both of you would love to screw each other over right now. I'm not going to lie. Because that way you'd be slow enough that you'd actually be qualifying closer to where you want to be. And I think you are kind of sabotaging each other just a little bit. Or maybe be so bold. You do end up where you are. David here. It's going to be starting 9th. Same with Dangerman, Pocanaldo, Shaymore, Raider, Synonix, Hayes, Joel, and Dimmadome. First point in the season goes the way of the Haas driver.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action.
The walls around Singapore force the cars
So
to stay together.
something here, yeah. What do you think of Flu's proposition to raise the allocation from 300 points to 350? We can probably mess around with it, but I'm honestly been too sick to really consider doing anything in terms of next season. But I'll take a look at the suggestions, of course, and we'll figure out what we want to do. But for now, Singapore, let's jump straight in.
Understandably, there's a lot of people talking about Ferrari's driver.
Quite
A lot of people talking about Ferrari's driver. Which one?
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Lights out, away we go. We are just gonna retire both of our drivers immediately. And we are also gonna take a look here at Singh, who starts in 10th. Gets a good launch. Doesn't want a good launch. And with that, the Mimic here in 11th. Remember, 10th place here is 25 points. 11th and 9th both share 20 points. 15, 10, 8, 6, 4, 4, 6, 8 in terms of scoring. So yeah, the majority of the points are around the 10th place here, which is where most people will want to finish. Thank you, David. I hope so too. Back in my day, it was 400. I'm an old man now in terms of Nervax live streams. What is this point system? Basically, we've just elevated a little bit. There's a calculator now and everything to make your life a little bit easier. So basically, we have changed it a little bit as we go. We shall see. We have our first crash in a race. It is the Danger Man. Multiple cars have crashed. Danger Man living up to the danger of his name. And immediately assassinates the RB.
And just like that.
That is unfortunate for the two of them. And somehow, Shaymore here has gotten away without any damage. But yeah, Danger Man here probably will need a new front wing. I don't know how you survive without any damage. This is going to be pretty bad. And it has now put Floof in 10th place. And the first penalty has been awarded. Unsurprisingly here, that is a time penalty for Danger Man for that ridiculous dive bomb. That would make Verstappen proud. The race points might be wrong. I'm not following, I'm sorry. Hello, Ethan. Oh, great, fatty camp Floof. Floof clearly needs to start eating some more filling foods. Get that man some gummy bears. And he'll never want to eat anything ever again. But yeah, apart from that incident, the race here is moving along with no real problems. Floof currently in the happiest point position. Then we have Maldonado. Then we have Singh. But there is some soft tires. There's some differences in strategy here. And Floof is the one that is eating his tires the quickest right now. Quickly followed by David. That could result in an undercut, which would be hilarious, but also sad at the same time. The race point system is that 10th place is 25 points, Jasper. Basically, the seasonal mid. The goal here is to finish 10th. We'll take a look at it after the race. But 10th is basically first place. Why do you think you eat tires, Floof? You just said you've eaten 2 dinners and eat another one. Of course, the next thing you're gonna eat is the tires. Floof is the rough operator. I'll speed this up a little bit. We're having a pretty chill time here. The Mimic is actually slowing down in 8th. This is actually huge for everyone that is further behind. Top 7 are running away up with it a little bit. That is fine. But we'll see here how this goes now. Singh has taken over the train conductor role. But even then, time is still lost to the cars up ahead. And we see the Mimic.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
The Mimic has crashed.
Now this, I think, was at turn 13.
The Alpine train will never stop.
Clearly unable to take evasive action. Well, they may have been keen
Okay,
to
we might need to
a little too literal.
we might need to sanction Alpine for that one. That looked very intentional. That looked incredibly intentional, I'm not gonna lie. How did you get... Show me the front wing. Only the front wing. That's all I want to see. Okay, there is some damage, but like, how do you get away with that without just completely shattering it? Basically lost a little bit more than an end plate. And that's about it. I guess with how often Alpines crashed, maybe building them like a tank is the correct choice. Henchman here. Gone to a hard tire. Got a new front wing. We'll have to see if undercuts is on the menu there. Maldonado now. In that very, very nice 10th place. Floof is leading the train for a second. Oh, side by side. Is the curse going to kick in here? No, Floof will be holding them up a little bit more with those worn down tires of his. Life is getting interesting right now. And the Williams team really, really enjoying life. What about season random? The points for each position is randomized every race. The problem with doing anything like that, Jasper, is it will require me to edit the save file between each race and also keep the points maybe hidden a little bit. So it just carries a huge risk of breaking the save file because honestly, some of the errors that we've had throughout this, where suddenly the air goes Super Saiyan, I can't explain. I figured out a bunch of different ways they can do it, but some of them are still just like, no, I don't know why this change made you go Super Saiyan. So while it could be fun to do something like that, it's just a lot more work, and the risk that you can break the save file at any given time is also there, which is unfortunate. Also, with Alpine trying to cause scandals to Singapore, I don't know, but we have a couple more here coming into the pits. I see hard tires for the Ferrari. Are they going to give Floof a hard tire? No, they're giving him a medium, committing to that extra stop. And David here has a slow pit stop. First chance of the season, first slow stop, and Ferrari, of course, take the opportunity to clock in the first slow stop at the first opportunity. Just use an Excel spreadsheet to track the points rather than save edit. Could do that, but again, it's just a lot of work basically, which is why I'm against it. It just adds... It's just going to end up with a lot of dead time during the stream, I feel, unless, you know, the points will be revealed after the end, if you will. So, I don't know how to explain it. It just... I feel like it will be just end up with a stream where I'll be spending a lot of time just Excel spreadsheeting. Maybe do it after, but then again, there's no real fun in that because no one knows where they are. So, we'll see. Maybe. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's going to be a little bit hard to put together unless someone wants to do the Excel spreadsheeting for me. What are the things that can break a save that you found? Honestly, there's a bunch of them. Basically, edit a number a little bit wrong. Just sometimes when you edit the card, they'll break for no reason. Sometimes it's fine, do the same thing a different time, and it'll just break. It's kind of weird. See you later, Cosby. Thank you for stopping by. That's a good... I've used some mighty highs of P14. Now you have. Mimic here with the crash is actually now in 11th. Daily coming in. I'm curious how quickly Floof is going to eat these mediums, because he pitted 2 laps ago. And he's already eaten 10% of them. We are getting into the territory here, though, where we could have some people maybe go for a puncture. As we see the race to the pit there. Max overtook, I believe, Cosby, or they were side by side for a second. And it is a bit of a double stack coming in here from the Saubers. Is it going to be clean? Looks like it. And with that, another soft tire for Max, medium for... The Saubers are doing something different here from everyone else. Soft tires. That is interesting. That is interesting. And Floof right now. Remember, pit stops around here take 28 seconds. I would like to congratulate the Floofdemption on undercutting the entire field. Nicely done. When the Floofdemption hits a little bit too hard, we'll see now. He should be able to undercut both the McLaren and the Aston here in theory. And he does just about get it done. Joel sneaks out just in front. But yeah, the undercut is on. It is real. And it is 3 seconds a lap quicker at the moment for the Floof. Can break driver by changing system one stats? Yeah. I require sustenance. I should probably try and eat something too, but I'd probably yuck it back up again. So I'm going to avoid doing that for a while longer. Yeah, fast lap goes to Max. I'll have to see here now, because as I mentioned, Floof is just eating these tires of his, which is bad. He's also heating up the tires of the cars behind. The top 10 is going to be a little bit interesting to watch, particularly as we get to the third pit stop, because I think most drivers here are locked into an extra pit stop at the moment. Sings comes in, comes out in 15th, and with 5 cars ahead, still needing to pit. And I think I just saw Floof crash.
Now we can see what happened.
Keith Hayes versus Floof. No, Floof spins and takes out Hayes.
And there, the cars make contact. And having seen it back, I think it's pretty obvious who was at fault.
Floof, how could you do that? Floof has Spinderellaed. Did you destroy your rear wing? A moment of silence for the redemption. It fell at the first hurdle here in Singapore. 24 laps in. And that is the moment where you done floofed. We need it once more. Apparently, I also need to fix this one because it doesn't look as good as I thought it should. But yeah, that is a bit of an unfortunate moment there for the Floofdemption. It was going really, really well. Hayes, I think, got away with it with just a little bit of front wing damage. But that is an extra pit stop. a broken rear wing, and I'm also curious if you destroyed your gearbox too when you did this. Come on, you can take out one more car here. Your teammate would be great. Now, are you going to get penalized for that? No, it's just a racing incident. Racing incident, in quotation marks. They are giving you new... They gave you new... Your front wing is actually fine. They did give you new hard tires. So you have major damage to your rear wing. And your team decided that, nah, we're sending him out again. Let him learn from his mistakes. And that whack took a good 25% out of your gearbox. That's a bit of a yikes moment to have 25% taken out in the first race. Not what you needed right there. And of course it is because Floof's... Oh, we have another pit stop issue here, this time from Sargent. Unfortunate for the Williams driver. But it is classic. Floof gets a little bit cocky and the game just goes, no, we can't have that. We don't accept cocky Floofs around here. And just whacks him. This is so sad for Floof. The Floof curse lives on. Floof's curse will forever remain, live on, rent-free in everyone's heads. P10 from Mourinho at the moment. David is also around there, you're not wrong. We also have Petrov looking for another championship. We will see how this goes. Dimmadome comes out ahead of the train on fresh hards that could theoretically go till the end. But it's going to be tough to get them there. An ad played, sorry what happened. Floof did a Spinderella move. Destroyed his rear wing, parts of his gearbox, and hit Hayes too for good measure. It was beautiful. Cosby thinks he's so lucky as me. Damn. When Floof gets confident, life gets rough. I just want a single P10. Well, you have 7 more chances this season, Floof, so I wouldn't count you out just yet. Smooth Operator sneaks out in 10th place there after pitting. Ferrari's now being in very, very strong positions. Good for them. We will speed it up a little bit more. Nah, Floof is still going to keep on picking up P20. Like, he is guaranteed to get P20 this race unless someone else DNFs. Kind of sad to say it, but I'm not joking. He has a couple of holes in his rear wing. It's a miracle that it's still in the car. And with that said, Max now is chilling. Chilling intent. Yeah, I think it is time to go Super Saiyan mode here. David now, 10 plays. There's still a lot of close fighting here. Like, we still have a pretty long DRS train here, going all the way from 6th to, well, 14th. And all of these guys could get into the fight for the win, really. We officially have more likes and views. I've done my job. I appreciate it, Jasper. Appreciate it a ton. More likes and viewers. Fight happening at the moment. Sononics should go till the end of these tires, but at the moment, I don't know who's going to finish where. It's kind of wild. But Hayes is doing a very, very good job, even with that slight damage he picked up front here. We'll have to see if or when he goes to the hard tire. If he comes out in a good window. Because right now, with the exception of Joel, who's just running away up front, everyone else is virtually in a DRS train from 2nd to 16th here. There's some small gaps, but for the most part, it is train. Maybe not a full train. Operator is a little bit further down the order. But with the tire differences there, I'm pretty sure they are going to close that gap down. We'll get an actual train here. Harbin Singh now. Joy's 10th place. Best the universe can do for you is maybe don't DNF. Yes. Yeah, a minute behind the lead, but you're just 20 seconds behind Danger Man. So you're not that far off right now. Hey Spitz, are they giving you a new front wing? Is that why it's going slow? I think the answer to that is yes. And hard tires. 26 laps to go. Dampen bits. Is it a medium tire? That's gonna be pretty much destroyed by the end of this. Yeah, I'll race leader. Finally comes in. Hard tires till the end. And this, as I mentioned, could work out great, but there's a lot of cars up front that need to pit too. Maybe not the best. Mediums, and what do they have here? The V-Carb driver that got assassinated early on. Medium tires awaits. Even with everyone pitting up ahead, Luke is still not happy. Back here. There we go. Another round of pit stops done. We're going to have another one. David now comes in. As I mentioned, it's hard to say who's actually going to end up in 10th by the end of this because there are cars that do need to pit. Max here should come into pit lane now. Does do that. Avoids getting a puncture. And Mimic 2 does come in. And with that, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cars still needing to pit. Ethan now, out in 17th. With 4 cars needing to pit here, the Alpine is actually looking really, really good. Because if it can survive till the end, they are currently in 10th place. No, please don't steal pole position points. I don't want the PP22 again. You can't really edit the pole position point. So we did a... basically, we allow pole position point to exist. And it goes to whoever qualifies on pole. Because we wanted to have an outside bet of, okay, we have a virtual safety car. The Ferrari has hit the wall. Before we watch that, though, I just want to finish my train of thought. We basically had pole position and fast lap points because you could try and make a driver that will win every race for Season of the Mid. You'll get 8 points for a first place finish. Pole position point, fastest lap, you could get up to 10 points a weekend. It's not anything close to, finishing 10th, 9th, or 11th. But it was basically, again, just an outside bet that you can get, though. That was first place finishes over and over and over again. So we allowed that to try and make it a little bit more interesting. But David here has crashed. He is out, unfortunately. Ferrari driver not having a good start to the season.
Now this was the 7th corner. Just flies into that crash. But no,
And he takes inspiration from the Floof.
It's always good to see the
And spins into the wall. Is that tire under the floor? Looks like it. That was the end of David's run here. Just a visual glitch, I think. Visual glitch indeed. And now we have a virtual safety car. That's a pretty hard hit. That might be a bye-bye gearbox moment. Starting now compared under virtual safety car. Mourinho compared under virtual safety car. Cosby compared under virtual safety car. You do save, I think it is 5 seconds around here. No, just 3. So not a ton of time, but enough to make a bit of a difference. Of course, I got the Floof curse. What do you say to these accusations, Luke, that you cursed David by helping him set up his driver? Next season should be the season of control. Every race has the worst possible conditions. Worst possible conditions in what way? Just flooding? Those are soft tires on that Red Bull. 18 laps to go. I mean, it can work, but that is a brave choice here. Danger Man will need to pit again. Drew Cosby here will need to pit at one point. We'll see how that goes. Shut up. Rain grip, rubber, anything you can change. I'll have to take a look if I can mess around with the rubber, but I can for sure make every race like maximum rain. That's pretty easy. But yeah, we could make like a rainy season, literally. Really want to. Cosby and Singh comes in here. What are they going to? There is a soft tire on that car. There's a soft tire on the Mercedes too. Right now, Mourinho is in 10th. I believe with that, everyone with the exception of Danger Man here has pitted. 17 laps to go. Fastest laps here are changing hands. A 1:30.9 for Mourinho. Definitely trying to move up, which is not what you want to be doing right now. You'd want to hold station. The AI does not understand the point system, which makes it kind of funny. 15 laps to go here. Danger Man, are you gonna hold people up? Are you gonna go into pits? Are you gonna get a puncture? And I think we are getting to a point here where the AI is gonna be stubborn and just pick up a puncture as we give Floof his cameo. The hole in the rear wing. Still not giving up. And I think we have a case of the lappening here. Floof, one lap down in his redemption arc. To be fair, if you come back from this, it's going to make for an amazing story. But it's not going to be this race. Let's just be honest. I guess I'm just happy to be here. Well, honestly, you're still in a position where you could move up as the soft runner's tires die. There's 13 laps left. You basically have very, very similar tires. There's some gaps here to overcome, which could be an issue. But if Hayes, for instance, goes a bit slow and just sets on the brakes here, could potentially still move up, Ethan. We'll see how what happens. What are the odds 9 more PPDNF this race? We just, with the DRS train that we had good odds, but with the DRS train that is now missing, very unlikely. Unless we like have a red flag and then a turn 1 collision. Am I excited about EU5? I am. I played a ton of EU4. I'm looking forward to it. But at the same time, there's so much gonna happen in October, November now that I'll have to see if when I pick it up. Basically, Paradox games these days need like an extra year in the oven before they are truly playable. Let's face it, a lot of them come out with some interesting bugs and missing things. Let's just put it like that. So while I'm excited about EU5, I'll have to see if I pick it up from the get-go or if I wait a little bit. I'm picking up Football Manager for sure. They skipped a year, and basically as soon as it's early access release, if you will, probably somewhere in the middle of this month, I'll be picking that up for sure. Yeah, Ace right now. Joined 10th place with 11 laps to go. Started in 11th. We have Daly here in 9th. All in all, it looks to be pretty stable right now for Hayes. Gaps forwards and backwards, hard tires. If he can just keep the gap to Singh and Sargent behind, he should be fine. It looks like that is going to be a little bit challenging. The soft runners are over a second a lap quicker right now. Gained nearly 3 seconds that one lap. And the fight for 10 tier is going to intensify. 2 hunters behind, 1 to defend. 1 lockup would spell disaster for all 3 of these guys. Football Manager looks very good this year. New tactical system, women's football, new roles, new match engine, graphics. Looks very promising. Yeah, I do also love the fact, Jasper, that they did give it an extra year in the oven when they realized they couldn't get it done in a good way for 25. So I'm really, really looking forward to trying out 26. With the F1 Manager not having a game this year, I think I'm gonna, fortunately, probably go into some different content. I really like making guides, but at the same time, I feel like I've kind of solved F1 Manager, which is kind of sad. So I can see over the next year there's going to be less F1 Manager, maybe some more Football Manager and other games. The channel, as let's face it, this game does not have a ton of variety once you cross the 500 to 1,000 hour mark, which is a bit sad. But I've definitely enjoyed this game a ton. It's going to be some more Football Manager going forwards. And this is probably not the correct time to do this discussion as we do have a fight for 10. But yeah, I'm very excited for FBAM. Do I have damaged part, engine, gearbox, or ERS? I would assume your gearbox got a pretty hard whack, David, but the way that the game does updates in terms of your car parts, as you can see, currently it says your car is okay. 90, 93, 94. It updates your car durability when you cross the finish line, and when you DNF, you do not cross the finish line. So we won't actually know the damage you suffered until the next race weekend, which is a little bit unfortunate, but just a reality of the situation. F1 Manager is fortunately one of those saves with limited customization. Yeah. I really just wish that they'd gone all in on multiplayer, because with multiplayer then you have actual good opponents, you can make in-house rules. Can you imagine a 10-player race like this? Like, the game would have been, it would have had an insane following if they just you know, decided that, okay, we're gonna make this a multiplayer experience instead of doing the goddamn race objectives. I feel like, honestly, the best way to summarize my disappointment at this point is just that the game had so much potential. They have a good engine, it looks gorgeous. The AI is lacking, but if you add multiplayer, for instance, boom, those problems are solved. Add a little bit of modability, boom, those problems are solved. And suddenly you have a game that could probably do the same thing that Motorsport Manager is doing. Like, I think that game is nearly, if not more than a decade old, and people are still playing it quite a lot, simply because of the modability that it offers. But we'll see. I know for sure that I'm going to be playing some Battlefield next weekend. I'll have to see if I don't think I'll stream, but maybe I'll make a video showing you how bad I am at the game. I do want to do Uma Musume soon. And there's actually a different horse racing game that contacted me and asked if I would take a look at it. So if I can set some time aside, I'm planning to do that too. Not really a sponsorship, but they basically just said, hey, we are releasing a horse racing game soon. Looks very similar to F1 Manager. We'd like you to give it a go. So I might take a look at that. Honestly, it looks very interesting. Again, it's just my sickness, work, everything in life is just extremely busy right now, that I barely have time to do, like, sit down for half an hour and do Uma Musume dailies, if you want to put it like that. Sing Now moves up to 10. Let's finish this race, then we can go off topic again and watch the next race. I'm sorry everyone who's just here for the racing. I did go off on a tangent there, but let's face it, I'm sick. My head is not 100% in the game at the moment. Sing Now, 10th place. Verstappen could be in an interesting position here with those used mediums, but there are far too many cars behind that are just going to eat him up, I think. Worst case scenario, he could end up behind Hayes. Joel has a little bit of a fighter front from Operator and Dimmadome, but should get it based on just tire advantage here. The train never stops. I just need to replace my battery in my handset. Give me a second. Here we are. 3 laps ago. We're nearing the end. Let us see what we if we have any fights here at the end of this. Currently, we have some cars really getting close to the limit of tires, but 3 laps should be fine. Can Verstappen survive? And can to cost be close 6 seconds in 3 laps? I think that's going to be difficult. Just gained 2/10 last go around. Looking at the pace of Ethan here, for instance, it might be possible. We'll see. 2 laps to go now, though. Does not lend much credence here to the second Mercedes car getting in the points here. Gained a second last lap. That's not enough. Needs way more than that. Which sounds weird, but it's true. And Singh is just holding station right now. The DRS making sure that Daly and Verstappen can't be overtaken. And again, this is huge for Singh. 10th place is the goal. Right now is straight up in straight there, which is nice to see. Final lap is underway. We have Joel here leading the way. 8 seconds to next car is very much going to take first place here, but we'll have to see who is going to take 10th place. The season of mid. Daly leading this DRS train, followed by Verstappen, who now has tires that are giving up on life. Singh, Sargent, and Hayes. Hayes would like to move up at least 1 place. What can they do here? Final overtaking position, overtaking location should be right here, and Singh makes an early move on Verstappen up into 9th. That is good news for Verstappen. That means the DRS to pull on, holding on to 10th here. Last few corners are coming up. Joel takes the race win. Sargent looked like he was going to send it, didn't want to take the risk. And with that, 10th place goes to Verstappen. Singh gets 9th. Sargent gets 11th here. Hayes was close, but unfortunately loses out. We have Daly in 8th, Mourinho in 7th, Maldonado in 6th, Pocanaldo 5th, Xenonix, Doug Dimmadome, well, not Doug, but he says Dimmadome, Operator, and Joel with the first place finish.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not.
Just like that, you can now take a look at the point scoring table. So there's an extra point here for Matthews for fastest lap. But yeah, it's 20 for P9, P11, 25 for P10. Then it goes like this for the top 8 places. Do we know which horse racing game? I actually don't remember what it was called. I just quickly skimmed the email. I actually received it this morning. Because, well, I'm sick, but I'm going to take a look at it probably in a couple of days when I'm hopefully feeling better. But yeah, if I do it, I'm going to upload it. I don't know if there's any limits on when they wanted to, when I can release content on it if I do it. So that's all I can say. Sorry. Officially a minute by next car. Congratulations, Floof. Racial race for the one redemption plot, yes. We'll take that. First race underway. Williams takes the lead here ahead of Mercedes. We have the RBs. Sauber, only team to not score any points, even though Red Bull and Ferrari both had their own incidents. We are just gonna go straight to our next race, which is Canada. Let's go. We're on 0. Time for another comeback, Ethan. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in the return of the king, as they say.
Formula One has arrived here in Quebec.
In Quebec. And it is going to be a heavy rain qualifying. Who's ready to suffer? It's Canada, it's heavy rain. What are the odds that we get a red flag in quali again? I'd say they're pretty decent, considering we're starting on a wet tire here. So the weather. Wet and then a little lull here with Inters. So we'll just send Bacteria out for a banker. Then we will see how everything shapes up. Let's get a little bit closer. We have a yellow flag. Who caused the yellow? It is the 2 Cosby with a Spinderella move.
Right here. Oh no, that's not how to do it. The conditions clearly causing problems for the...
Time for the floof to have his long-awaited redemption. We'll see how that goes. I wish you luck with your redemption adventure. Hello there, Poconaldo. How did your league racing go? Let's see, everyone is leaving. Honestly, I'm going to allow everyone else to do a run first, and then I'll be in the way afterwards. A lot of these guys are on outlaps at the moment. Okay, I think this is our moment to send everyone out. No one's on an outlap anymore. Sing goes quick, but not super quick. That could put him in danger. There will be time for another run, don't get me wrong. But Singer now is in a troublesome position, just getting sent down the order constantly at the moment. But the cars who are in danger, it is Max, it is 2 Cosby, the 2 Ferraris, and Sargent. Ethan on the limit here. As it is getting drier, but it is also expected to get a little bit wetter towards the end of qualifying here. Who is going to do the correct timing here? Is it going to be Floof? It kind of looks like it. It just started to go up now. As far as I can see, Floof is the first one out with the exception of 2 Cosby here, but that is a terrible first sector. What are we looking at here? No improvement. That's a very insane first sector. It's 5 seconds slower, unless this is the outlap. I don't think it is the outlap. Is it the outlap? No, it's not the outlap. 2 Cosby there. Very likely to be out. Max is improving. What can the Floofdemption do? There is an Alpine in front of the Floofdemption. The Alpine Sabotage coming in here. The Floofdemption goes quickest out of everyone. Max now trying to get out of danger. And Max does, in fact, get out of danger, I think. We're going to see a lot of changes in position simply because it is dry, but it is getting wetter. The longer you wait, the, well, sadder you'll be. Poconaldo goes 5th quickest. And Cosby here with Petrov is out by looks of it. Operator, 10 fastest. Ethan, what can you do? Sargent is out. Joel does improve. We have Maldonado, Verstappen, Sargent, and Ethan out so far. And with that, Q1, I do believe, is over and done with. A bit unfortunate. One thing I always wanted for this game was the ability to cheat, and you have a chance to get caught and get punished for it. Yeah, I would like something like that too. I would also like there's a chance that as your car gets better and better, there will be a higher chance of, you know, a design project actually not being an upgrade. Like it failed in some way, it didn't work out as expected. I don't really like the fact too much that you know precisely to the, you know, exact specification what every upgrade is going to do for you, because it takes away some of that randomness. It could make, you know, some runs fun. And again, if you want to, you have your difficulties, you can use those to just add a, okay, do you want to have it so that your car parts are more hidden, or there is a random chance of failure, there's a random chance this will be better than expected, worse than expected, that sort of thing. It would just, again, add a lot of difference, add a lot of variety. And you could just, again, have it as a toggle for the people who do not like that. There's a lot of freedom you have with these types of games to kind of make them into what you want. And I really wish more developers would just take advantage of that. Absolutely terrible. Got an amazing bump. Lost 18 seconds while being P3 and catching up to P1. That is a bit unfortunate. My calculation would be P2 or P1. Well, you still got a podium, Poconaldo, so it's not all bad. But yeah, it's unfortunate that you got bumped. It happens. Finish P5. Okay. I thought you said P3. Yeah, that's a little bit worse. It is the prophecy. I love that Poconaldo is just explaining how his race went, and then we see Floof having a Floof moment. The Spectaria locks up after the lap is done, so that is not a big deal. I think if someone is dominating, winning every race, and then the regs focus on parts of your car that allow it good dominance, yeah. Yeah, it's not a podium SP5. I realized after reading a little bit further down Poconaldo. I'm still pretty sick. I've just eaten a lot of painkillers. I'm chugging water here like I'm a elephant. So, yeah, mentally I'm not 100%. So if I make mistakes or say something wrong, today I am begging you all for forgiveness. Because you've all waited way too long for this. So let's just get it done, basically. Even if I will be a little bit stupid while doing it. Okay, I see purple sectors being snatched. That's not positive. And here we see the Red Bull pair going side by side. We see some more team sabotage right here. Is Floof going to send it on the inside? Of course he does. Red Bull side by side. They are sabotaging each other, just like Red Bull is supposed to. And Floof is now the slowest car alongside his teammate because they were being balanced. Both of them. Congratulations, Floof. You are today's biggest bellend. Words cannot describe how much I hate this YouTube XP system. I haven't actually chatted on YouTube. Like, I haven't had time to watch streams. So, I might need to just find a stream to watch and figure out what is going on with the XP. Thank you, Chechi. Appreciate it. What even is that for? I don't know. I honestly don't know what the XP for. If I have 500 British pound super chat, I will become first. Don't do that. Don't do that just for bragging rights. Yeah, that's a lot of money, Jasper. Don't do that. I can buy a new something for my computer. I don't know, an extra hard drive or something. But yeah, don't do that. YouTube will take a bit of it too. So yeah, don't do that. Stop. You're not allowed to do that. You know what, Bacteria? We need to settle lap time here to be on the safe side because it's getting dry out there and I don't want to get knocked out. So we are taking manual control. We are pushing. We're gonna just go full attack here to ensure that we stay ahead of Xenonix. Go neutral here on the energy usage. And it is time to deploy. I don't want to sabotage anyone. Where is Xenonix? There he is. They didn't actually improve as much as I thought they would, which is fine then. Let's see here, Floof, can you improve? Get out of danger. Max and Shaymore could not. And Floof get out. Sing is out. Mimic is out. Floof is not out. Okay, Poconaldo 11th at the moment, where you kind of want to be. And I think that is qualifying over. Sorry that I focus on Bacteria. So Poconaldo 11th, Sing 12th, Operator 13th, Mimic 14th. Then we have Shaymore and Max. Finishes off the 2 Red Bulls. Have once again been balanced and got into Q3 without meaning to. This is interesting. I will permanently become the #1 XP person, though. It's still not worth it, Jasper, let's be honest. Unless you have a shit ton of exposable... exposable? Is it called... something income? It's still not worth it. And let's be honest, if you do this, I'm just going to probably spend it on my Musima rolls to annoy Floof. That's literally probably what I would end up spending the money on, to just make fun of Floof. Not gonna lie. How is David first now? Basically, every time you send a message, I believe you do get XP. So that is something. Everyone must cause chaos when I'm out. True. Prove go, the redemption. It says donation give experience, but I don't know what else. I'm pretty sure just chatting in the chat here gives you experience. So I wouldn't worry about it. I don't know if it's per message or every now and then. But yeah, it's a bit weird. I think it's just basic. The reason why YouTube has added this is straight up just to give you an incentive to chat straight up. Get more engagement in the chats and probably drive, you know, people to spend money that way. Let's be honest, that's probably why they're doing it. Yeah, disposable, not exposable. True. So if we give super chance, Floof suffers? Potentially yes. Potentially yes. I would either use it to buy myself, to order food to be lazy, or to just annoy Floof. Those are the 2 best options to spending YouTube money. And to be fair, I'm very grateful to you all. I've basically been spending all of the YouTube money to make myself a decent PC. So, I'm very, very grateful to everyone who's watching videos and everything like that. It makes this a lot more fun. And, hey, it helps me buy games and enjoy the PC life. Okay, Q3. It's gonna get wetter and wetter, so this is actually a one-shot qualifying. Why is Bacteria out? Yeah, sorry, Floof. I'm taking this fastest lap point because I am sick. I can't stop it at this point. I'm very sorry, but this is my pole position point. Bet Jasper is rich. He might be, honestly. But I'd rather you all spend your money on yourself. YouTube ads is more than enough for me. Why are you so mean to me, father? I'm getting more trauma every day. Because trauma builds character. Yeah, spend the money on school, Jasper, instead. Honestly, better investment for your money. Xenonix is just now on an outlap. Is this man a genius? Watch 3 ads that must be like 5 minute experience. I think the ads are set to every like half an hour, so it would not surprise me if YouTube has gone in and edited my ad settings, because it should be every like 30 minutes you get an auto ad. It's not even your pole position point, Floof. It's Hayes. But yeah, I'm gonna need to remember to add this later on. Let's see. Can Xenonix snatch the point from Hayes here? The answer to that is no. No chance. Hayes, I'm gonna owe you a pole position point. I'm very, very sorry for snapping it from you. But Xenonix here was very clever and did not go out with everyone else to be slower. Are you yelling for Lando because I stole the pole position point? Of course, Nero, the teacher, recommends I spend it on school. To be fair, I recommend you spend your money on whatever you enjoy. School is going to be helpful, I would assume, for basically your entire life. So yeah, I'd rather you spend money on school than me. I think there's limits to how often you can get experience though, Jasper. That's probably why. Face reveal when? I don't know. I don't have a camera to face reveal that I can hook up to the PC, so probably not in the near future. Let us see what Canada has to offer.
Welcome back, everyone. The final. This is it. We're moments away now at the Canadian Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away
Lights
we go.
out, away we go. We are gonna immediately retire the vehicles. And Ethan here has done a little bit of an interesting one. The only car on a hard tire, there's 3 medium runners, including Floof, and Poconaldo has a terrible start and might actually fall down a couple of positions as a result of that. But is enjoying P10 at the moment. Sing, though, would be very happy to send you to the Shadow Realm. Just like that. Immediately get sent off track, down to P11. And now we have the Mimic and Operator ready to jump at the bits there. But Sing, that was some mean thing there right there. Immediately sends you off track. Lovely. Let's see. It tests the face really has to do 3 shots of Aquavit. I don't have Aquavit here. The only thing I have laying around, I think, is rum at the moment. And I'm not touching that, at least not today. Time for the mighty charge to 16. I'm going on an educational tour next week for only 1.9k in the Philippine peso. Hope you have fun. Hope it's a good tour, Chechi. Hope you enjoy. I'm going to spam. I might need to just stop you from. I might need to restrict your powers of of chatting, Floof, if you do spam. We have to restrict the Floof. We need to remove money, yes. I'm English, I have good football chance. True. Can you come up with a good F1 chant though, Jasper? Haas would never put me on Haas. How to join in there? Basically, Creamy, we do sign-ups on Discord for this. And right now we're just finishing up this season. Next season is probably gonna start having applications either next weekend or the weekend after, within the next 2 weeks. So you'd have to go on Discord. I'll basically poke everyone once applications are open. And then you'll just have to read the rules and join from there. It's a little bit complex, I'm not gonna lie. Discord link should be found in the description. If it's not there, I can post it in chat. But yeah, the Discord link to my Discord in the description, you can just click that. To restrict me is a fruitless endeavor. You know what? I can restrict you in the best way possible. I demand a crash. By the powers invested in me by RNG Bus, I want Floof to destroy his rear wingus. Wall of Champions, claim your next victim. Oh, I thought you skidded the wall there for a second. P20, yippee! To be fair, you're on hard tires, it makes sense, but I don't know how you guys have lost 4 seconds to the rest of these guys. Probably me looking at chat and missing out. But with the exception of that, it's just one big DRS train. Floof there bullies his way past like he usually does. We'll see how this goes. How does that work, bro? Basically, I added a save file to put everyone in. Your the AI will be controlling your driver, but if you have a particular team you want to do, we can try and, you know, allow for people to be on their favorite team. But there are limited seats, just 2 per team, so it's first come, first serve for the most part. Mourinho had a little bit of a wide moment, and Floof now moves up to 6th before he hits the wall in 3, 2, 1. But yeah, you can put in, like, in your application that I want to be at Red Bull, for instance, and if there are rooms and you are one of the first ones, you're very likely to end up in Red Bull because every team gets the same car. So in reality, there's no real difference between teams. They have the same staff, they have the same car, they have everything equalized, even the mentality. So there's no worry. Welcome back, Lando. I've stolen a pole position point just to bring Floof pain and suffering. I keep getting text to vote. It's so annoying. You should vote, though, to be fair. This is what happens when I'm not in Alpine or Sauber. You're enjoying 10th place there, Pocanaldo? I'm throwing so hard, I'm taking a Merc with you. To be fair, I don't know if you're taking the Merc with you or if the Merc is throwing you under the bus at the moment, because you guys are losing so much time to everyone. Cosby over here is definitely on always defend. Has to be with how slow you guys are. You've lost 6 seconds in 10 laps. How? How have you boys done this? It's actually kind of insane. But yeah, yes, it's always defend. I'm still waiting for the Floof to yeet it into a wall. It would be beautiful. Yeah, currently Operator is enjoying that 10th place. More ain't pushing. To be fair, right now, you are in a DRS train. You would rather save your tires, I think, than do any sort of pushing. Or destroy your tires and undercut a little bit up the order. Those are basically your 2 options. Good, if I lose my points, everyone will. It would be alright if the next election wasn't in 4 years, damn. Okay, then I understand why you getting text to votes is very, very annoying, unless it's like a local thing. Because we've just had an election in Norway, and basically I was getting that same sort of spam. But you get that sort of spam like at most a month before the election, so it's pretty chill here. I didn't realize they were that aggressive in in your country with sending out, remember to vote in 4 years. Make sure you vote for us in 4 years. Our policies might change, but vote for us in 4 years. Stop spectating. You can't let them have nice things. To be fair, when I spectate someone, they'll either do amazing or they will immediately bin it into the wall. Floof has already binned it once. There's nothing that says that he can't do it again. Joel straight up a first place merchant. Could be. We'll see. Currently it's chilling in second, fighting the Ferrari here, but he had a pretty dominating win in the first race in Singapore. We'll have to see if he can keep that up. Operator right now is kind of holding everyone up, creating a bit of a gap here. But Mourinho's had enough of that, and does not want that gap to get any bigger, although it does actually really, really benefit you guys, so should make that gap a little bit bigger. It's time to drop like a stone. I have the power to do whatever I don't want to happen. To be fair, Floof, you have experience with dropping back, so I think this is a piece of cake for you. But we shall see. Can the Floof fall back to 10th here? Get those, get that 10th place back, or is he gonna move forwards here? Right now, it is a DRS train. Oh. The Danger Man, who did in fact pick up the first penalty of the season, just went past you. And we see the hard runners now. Hard tires coming to life. Ethan with the fastest lap. The only alternative strategy Well, on the hard tires at least, there are 3 medium runners. Ethan now has already left 2 car speed behind. Is gaining on the cars ahead. Is the hard tires going to turn out to be a stroke of genius? Remains to be seen. As the operator is still enjoying that 10th place. And Mourinho immediately takes it away. Mourinho eating tires. Hayes eating tires. We'll have to see how this turns out in the long run. My teammate being in the top 3, meanwhile, I'm not even at top 10. What kind of Aston Martin strategy is this? I don't know. It's just the randomness of the game. Who ate all his tires? Floof. Who ate all his tires? Floof. Okay, that one's good. That is good. I'm just hoping they will have multiplayer F1 Manager. Unfortunately, I don't think the game is getting any more updates, Creamy. I would have loved multiplayer too. But I don't think we're getting that one, sadly. As the Alpine here is the first to pit onto medium set. Jasper, you just made me remember that I'm hungry. Well, Floof, time to eat your tires. It's all you have. We have a yellow flag as Singh now comes in the pit lane.
There's a yellow flag now.
Maldonado has spun. Who could have seen that one coming?
Right, here's the action at turn 10. Whoa, and there it
You call me often? Maldonado now created a huge gap with that spin. That is a bit of sabotage. But with that, Shamoy has been given a little bit of a breather, I dare say. Mayhem from Maldonado. We do have pit stops here. Medium tires. There's even a soft tire here again from Singh. Sargent is not giving up anything, though. And Singh's going to have to fight to get ahead of the Williams cars. Maldonado holding up his teammate after the spin. Are we going to have Williams and Williams violence here? Confidence is low. Getting overtaken. And I don't know if I would like to be near Maldonado at the moment. He even goes off track. I think we are building up here for a crash. Soon to be crash. I'm not even joking. Singh, run away. Run away before the Maldonado gets you. He's back. He's back again. We did have a huge crash in one season where a bunch of cars got taken out. Is Maldonado going to do that as we see a bunch of cars come in? I'm sorry. This game is amazing. Oh, this game is amazing. They cancelled basically F1 Manager 2025. There's been no news. You can't park there, sir. At least there's no one sitting here to be run over. But yeah, this is actually amazing. I don't think I've ever seen this bug before. I need to get some footage. I think it's H. Yes. Can someone tell me what's wrong with this picture? How you send super sticker? What does that mean, YouTube? Super stickers are basically donations, I believe. So it costs money, sadly. I wonder how good your favorite driver's brake lights is. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. So let's just see how. No, I want to see how Hayes. Okay, at least did he just do a 90-degree turn into his pit box?
Now down to the
And then a
pits.
pit stop
There's
issue.
another
Okay. I guess that's what happens when you drive over half your pit crew. It's a bit of a slow pit stop. I don't know how you pull that off, Hayes. It was amazing, but please don't do that again. Kindly thank you. And here's when Ethan is going to come into play. He hasn't pitted yet, and everyone else is pitting. Coconaldo, that is a medium tire, but it's a bit of a slow stop. Traffic to contend with. Joel, David, Coconaldo, and Maldonado. We can hit him. In the pits at the moment, Singh is net first at the moment, having undercutted. The question is, who's going to end up 10th? Right now, Coconaldo is going to get some undercutting done onto Cosby. And of course, the top three here are still on the mediums. A lot of traffic, a lot of chances here to have someone do something stupid. This is the zero weight concept Adrian knew we proposed. It's so light it just goes through the wall. Wouldn't that be the facing concept? A solid man out of 10. I love that. The F1 movie was a solid meh out of 10. Daily now. To the pit lane. Out in 5th. Soft tires. Oh. Verstappen with a lockup.
Look at the Mercedes. Nothing at this point.
Thank God the Mercedes would have had of the Williams.
And hopefully there's not
Yeah, that would have been a dead Williams had Verstappen not done it like that. And we are seeing game accurate Mercedes right now. They've fallen off and are running last and second to last. I'm sorry, I had to. The game just hates Mercedes for some reason, so yeah, this happened. With that said, Floof is currently living dangerously. Danger Man is right behind. Better Tires going to go aggressive here. And right now, the Smooth Operator is enjoying a 10th place position. As I mentioned, Ethan is going to need to pit at one point. But this might be a one-stop attempt here from the Sauber driver. And of course, the front two will also need to pit at some point off those mediums. They're losing somewhere between 3 to 4 seconds to some cars a lap at the moment. So, not great, not terrible. As are you guys gonna do what Aston did just for fun? I need that for my collection. Let's see here. Oh yes, they are. They are going to do the exact same thing the Aston Martin did. Whee! Oh no, Floof jumped into the pit box immediately and released Danger Man. Shame. He could have cleaned the entire grid wall. Danger Man out ahead of Floof. Does actually do a pit to overtake, and Floof gets shuffled. Gets even a car in between them. That would have been an amazing move if this was a genuine fight for P1. Which almost it kind of is. But yeah, Dangerman here managed to put a car between him and Floof. Overtakes into the pit lane. And yeah, that was amazing. Unfortunately, the wrong timing for it. Is doing low aggression, rarely defend, makes your car don't crash often, bro? Yeah, you can also turn down the aggression on overtakes. And it'll really have an effect on your drivers just not sending it into the wall all the time. Double pit lane entry, yes. All-night petrol stations. 10th place is still on the cards. We'll see. Apparently Shane Moore is enjoying that. And David did have a crash, and the first mechanical fault has already shown up. And yes, that initial... Oh my god. Yeah, David, the crash you had in Singapore literally destroyed your car. This is a fresh gearbox. This is a destroyed engine. And this is a destroyed ERS. David is going to need all of these replaced, well, the ERS and the engine, within a race or two. And that is going to be kind of bad for him. I'm not going to lie. So our first mechanical fault has popped up here. And I did not expect that. Okay. The curse is here. I'm sorry, Shaymore. I'm sorry. I wanted to get Floof. I didn't want to get you. But we've had a yellow flag here. We've had an incident involving Shaymore. A lockup into the Aston driver.
Look at the team there. They all...
And with that, it is a damage from wing. Poconaldo has been sent to the Shadow Realm.
Okay, so heading into turn...
Poconaldo was happy with how this race was going. And of course, because he was happy, someone just gave him a little bit of a no, happiness is not allowed. Happiness not allowed for Poconaldo. Shaymore rejoins in 14th here. It's going to need to get that wing replaced. Half of it is kind of missing. Poconaldo, 17th at the moment. Going to need a bit of work to get back into the points. Dangerman now, enjoying 10th place after the mayhem that just occurred. How many spares do they have? They have 3 in total for each spot. So, David still has 2 of each component, basically. So it should be okay. As soon as I spectate, yes, that is the curse. Excuse me? I'm sorry, what? Are you kidding? How did Poconaldo get a penalty for being locked up into? A moment of silence for the funniest penalty we've seen in a while. My bad guy, I fumbled the brakes. In basketball, never in my 20 years of racing, I have ever seen such an adorable and mind-boggling moment. Yeah, I don't know how you got this penalty, Poconaldo. I genuinely don't know. Thank you, Mexico. Poconaldo about to march into that steward room and just say, what? It's gonna pull a Alonso and get it deleted. For sure. That one is wild. It's the best way I can put that one. David has either picked up a second mechanical fault or his has escalated. We'll take a look at it once he crosses the finish line. But not a good time here for the Ferrari driver. And survey says, oh, they fixed the ERS fault. Now you can have an engine fault. So yeah, not the same fault, a different one. But still not great for the Ferrari here. Ethan still has to pit. Still has yet to pit, sorry. And is still in a very, very good position. Selling Cosby coin? Are you the creator of the Cosby coin, maybe? Better to do low aggression and overtake and put on rarely defending on defending. Keeping defending on basically the middle one is generally the better option, Creamy, and you can do low overtake aggression. It's going to be highly dependent though on how likely your driver is to crash. If you have lower control and accuracy, take less risk. If you have high control accuracy, you can take more risks. Confidence is going to be huge because confidence directly has an impact on your chance of crashing. So if you're low confidence, play it safer. If you're high confidence, you can take more risks. Floof, stop cooking. I'll watch Floof, that way he'll stop cooking. You know the law. Shut up completely, Floof. Damn, you gotta shut up completely. Now, the thing here is, Floof's beloved Alpine is right behind him. And the Mimic has a history of having bad luck Can I make something happen here? By the power of his favorite team. Being very, very close to his rear. Could we see something funny happen? The driver stat should have high control stat. Yes, if your driver has good confidence, you can take some more risks. This was actually kind of dizzying in my current current 6th state, so we're not gonna watch that cam anymore. Sorry, everyone. Alpine would never take out the number 1 fan. I do have some videos covering that. Jasper is correct. You can find them on my channel. For now, it's pretty chill. We'll speed this up a little bit. We'll have to see if Pocanaldo can do any sort of comeback here. The penalty is going to make that difficult. The DRS train here is going to make that difficult. And we see some early pit stop. Ethan is finally doing his stop here. It's a team huddle, as it turns out. This man is very, very amused.
Now there's been an issue in the pits.
There is a slow stop.
Through this one.
Ethan wanted to do the one stopper.
Standing by. And they just really struggle. It's not a smooth one.
That's one way to put that. Yes, it's not a smooth one. Ethan gets going, and he has actually locked in an extra pit stop right now, which is going to make things a little bit interesting. So he's still in good position. He could still undercut his way up to 10th. Don't get me wrong. This isn't terrible or anything like that. If we take a look at it up to 10th, well, it's kind of terrible. It's 35 seconds. With 2 fresh sets of tires, though, could make it happen. It's still going to be a struggle here for the Sauber. I don't remember what the title is. Sorry, Creamy. The Sauber stops have returned? Indeed. I have no tires. We're out of the points. We get a 5-second Mafia penalty. I have no car. Even a rocket ship can't get us into P1. We could have a crash. A crash could get you into P1. I love Ethan just sitting there in the pit stop while it was going slowly, yelling at his team. I'm not supposed to be Bottasing. Get me out of here, now. Which honestly is true. Singh into traffic. He could have done an unsafely rejoin here, but he might also buy a little bit of time for Pocanaldo. Did I ever upload CK3 videos? I'm pretty sure I did. When it first came out. I still play Crusader Kings from time to time. But it's more of just min-maxing, breaking things like the renown system, so I kind of do also want to get back to that at one point. Like, I have so many different things that I want to play, but at the same time, I don't have the time to do it, as Pocanaldo goes wide. You're about to get another penalty for track limits there, brother. We must be humble, but you... Don't worry, JG. Once Floof gets a little bit too cocky, the game just gives him the middle finger and sends him to the Shadow Realm. So I wouldn't worry about it. Floof's cockiness kind of solves itself with time. Why should I be humble? Exactly. If you make the kids you teach play them, too, you can make like 5 videos a day once teaching how to edit and upload. Yeah, it's the editing part I'm kind of stuck on. Like, a game that I've been putting off for a while is Dyson Sphere program, which basically is build a Dyson Sphere, basic Satisfactory in space. But yeah, I don't know. V-Rising, I still have a ton of there that just needs editing, and it just ends up with me just not having time, and then I just go, what was I even doing last time? And it's a problem. Whenever I plan to do something, life just gives me a middle finger. Like, life hates Floof in this game. That's me whenever I try and plan to do something. I'm not allowed to plan. Life doesn't like that. Why am I not giving experience? Are you not gaining experience? According to my leaderboard, you are currently 5th, Jasper, with 25 experience behind the top 4. Top 4 will have the same amount of experience. You have 125 experience, they have 150. I don't know how the system works, but we'll see. I am the superior life form, damn. Floof going full mask off today. Full mask off from the Floof. It would genuinely not surprise me if the experience is based on not only chatting, but watching ads, Jasper, because you did say that you were getting a lot of ads at one point. Is it a double? I missed it, but it was a double stack from the Alpines. Oh, Ty is gonna want to murder someone as a result of that double stack. Hey, Floof, you're out and about. Coconaldo, gonna hunt your arse. I used to be tied for first at 125. Now 3 people have gotten to 150. Genuinely, Jasper, I don't know how it works. YouTube just weird stuff. I want to revolt against the XP system. I wouldn't mind crashing into Floof. Well, you can... Oh, look at how quick you are. Look at how slow the Floof is. Floof is getting overtaken and bullied and sent to 14th at the moment. As he gets overtaken by his lovely Alpine. 2 Cosby is currently in 10th, but we do have cars that need to pit. Can Xenonix... Oh, we have the Dimmer crash. Sing and Dimmadome. Has Dimmer done it?
We've got a yellow
They're
flag
out.
here.
What happened here? Did he come from... Oh, look at how far back. He didn't even try to brake. We need to DSQ him from the championship. He needs to be removed with that. Didn't even look like he tried to brake right there, saying.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
And Max
Now
spins.
here we're taking turn 6. And the control's lost.
Whee!
And that certainly wouldn't have been in their plans today.
Max spins in something. As we have the pit stops now. With everything going on. Danger Man comes in. And with that, Danger Man actually retains first here. David in 3rd. Xenonix 7th. We're having a little bit of a shuffle. Floof stays out. Actually helps him out quite a bit. 9th. Hayes is now in 10th. Coconaldo is 14th at the moment. And with the safety car, you could make something happen here. The question is just... Oh no. A moment of silence for Shay Moore, who was put on the hard tires. Honestly, the mediums here, I think, are going to be the better option. Not going to lie. But it'll be interesting to see how these hard tires are going to work out. And Max did not get new softs even after the spin. Ace currently enjoys 10th. Let's speed up this safety car a little bit. We must break Google up and make the XP system independent. Damn. Safety car is ending. We are going back to racing in just a moment. Tells me to get XP. I do need to donate or live chat. Well, you are live chatting, so I think it's just a limit to how often you can gain experience live chatting. Let's face it, some people are a bit more talkative, so of course the system kind of favors them a little bit. Which isn't to say you don't talk a decent amount, but I don't know. YouTube is weird. Let's just leave it at that. Another Resident Evil ad. Must have been the spin that caused the safety car. Claim nothing else interesting happened. Of course not. Of course not. Hards are going to make it all the way till the end. No problem. Ethan took his hards 36 laps. So you should be perfectly fine here. I believe Hayes is Crixishim. need the writers of the Treaty of Versailles back to make a new Treaty of Google, but more unfair. Damn. Oh, damn. People wish they were me. Calm down, third place. Calm down, third place on the XP table. Yeah. We'll have to see how this goes. There is 18 laps remaining. Currently, Dangerman and Joel are getting a little bit away from the rest of the field. Joel is going for the Grand Slam with just winning everything. But 10th place is where the big points lie. Hayes is currently holding on to that position. Shaymore isn't moving up, but isn't falling back either. So those hard tires could come into play towards the end. And to be frank, they probably will. A lot of tire burning happening up front. And of course, we do have the tire eater himself, Floof, who might destroy his tires to the point where he falls outside of the points. 15 laps to go. Mimic here is chilling intent as things stand. But with so many cars in the DRS train, one lockup is all we'll need for more mayhem to ensue. I think we need a new championship. XP championship. Predicting now, Puncture Party. Nah, the soft tires will definitely survive till the end here. I mean, Floof might try and eat them. He's hungry after all. But, oh, I thought he was going to get double overtaken there. Floof down to 11th and is falling out of the points. Shaymore now into 10th with those hard tires. Might this be a masterpiece from the VCarbs? Who's good boy are you, Floof? Now go overtake boy, damn. Absolute incident to the plus 25. Well, Poconaldo is not going to be very happy with the absolute incident because he's chilling in 16th at the moment. You're probably going to get a angrily worded letter in your mailbox. Floof, you're getting laughed in the morning. To be fair, Floof has a record of being lapped this season. We'll have to see if we get lapped some more at one point. The way you described the letter is a pretty big understatement. I can imagine as the Mimic and Mornau go side by side, and the Floofster has fallen outside of its redemption zone. And if things keep on like this, redemption might not be on the table. I'm scared of that Alpine. That Alpine is pretty terrifying. If you see a suspiciously pipe bomb-shaped package in your mailbox, don't question it. It's funny you should say that because I ordered some, what's it called, gamer subs yesterday, so that might look a little bit pipe bomby when it arrives. Hopefully, it isn't what we expect it to be. But yeah, 10 laps to go. We have Shaymore in 10th on those hards. Maldonado in 9th. Mimic in 11th, Sargent down in 12th, then followed by Floof, and Dangerman, Joel, Haley, Hayes, Mourinho. Really? Everyone in top 9 could still DRS their way to the first place here. It's kind of a weird situation. And the funny part is, the mechanical failure that David is suffering from might put him into a prime position to end up in 10th here. Which would be wild, honestly. But it could happen. Poconaldo here, still 16th, not really having a good time. To be fair, no one in the bottom 7 here is having a good time. It's hard to overtake, it's just a DRS train, and right now it's being led by a hard tire runner. Can I give people bonus experience? Give me a second, I'll take a look if I can. I don't think so. But maybe. I can time you out, but I don't think I can give you experience. They want me to set a donation goal. I don't think I'm going to do that. So yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do in particular to give you experience. As David's mechanical fault escalates while I'm looking away. And that could help Floof, let's be honest. David here now is going to have a bit of a rough time as a result of that failure. It's on the engine. 5 laps to go. Going to have to hold on for dear life. Daniel is about to overtake me, become the 5th person, 150 experience. Yeah, I, as I mentioned, I know what's going on. My goal will not be complete until I get to first place. Now we push, push, push. Let's see how this goes right now. Up front, positions are changing. Quite often, I might add. We are not out of this just yet. Safety car is just around the corner at this stage. David is in 10th at the moment. Life is rough. I think Moore has a huge advantage here just due to tires. And by the end of this, someone will hit 30%, but I don't think we're getting any punctures. Very unlikely that we get any punctures. But look at this. Look at how many cars are just bundled up together. And again, all that's needed is just one unfortunate lockup here. One unfortunate lockup to set the entire domino alight. Shaymore was considering it, thought better of it. Backed out here. David still holding on, even with the damage to the engine. Why am I 14th? Because of your cockiness, I think? Mimic now. Been overtaken and down to 10th, where you kind of do want to be, so it's not a bad thing. Danger Man creates a bit of a gap out front here. But yeah, with 3 laps to go, we're getting closer to the end. And we'll have to see who will hold on all the way till the end of this race. If Floof be humble, humility is beneath me, damn. Floof giving some wisdom right now. But right now, there isn't really too much going on. Well, there's a lot going on in terms of the cars, but Mimic here has been stably holding on to 10th, but now it might change. Shaymore coming in. Are you going to get bullied off the track? No, you're not. Up into 10th. Probably going to get 90 as a result of that overtake, to be fair, unless the Mimic just comes back very aggressively. Up into 90th for Shaymore. David into 10th as things stand. And Mimic got shuffled down to 12th with that exchange. Sergeant now into 11th. We are getting a little bit of a fighter at the end. Shaymore has already gotten 1.5 seconds there, so 9th place is basically settled. David here is enjoying 10th for the moment, but that is probably going to be very, very fleeting. As Sergeant is getting a run made here. But can't hold it on. And Mimic is still in 12th. Danger Man is chilling out front, followed by Joel. Then we have Hayes, Daly, Mourinho, Xenonix, Operator, and Maldonado. All of these guys could still have some overtaking happened. Shaymore probably locked into 9th, as I mentioned here. And then we have David just hanging on for dear life with the Williams behind. William has been let go into 10th. Kinda needed that, and even then, I think that is going to have the Mimic move up to 11th, and it does happen. That engine really not doing him any favors. And can Mimic take Sergeant here? Does get that overtake done at the final couple of corners, and Mimic takes 10th place here. Dangerman gets first, Sergeant 11th. J-Mo gets 9th. And with that, the Floofdemption has another terrible chapter added to the book. Floof, you are French, right? Floof's Australian. Which is why him being an Alpine fan is so funny. Bro, me and Dangerman enters the pit lane side by side. Now there are 13 cars between us. What did I say about the charge to P16? Did you finish P16? You did, actually. And Poconaldo just ended up absolutely shafted. Had the best starting position. Ended up 18th here. Traditions to everyone. Currently, Sargent is in the lead here in the driving championship. 2 basically podium finishes so far. It's not bad for the points, so to speak. And with that, we still have 5 drivers here without points. The Salva boys still not having a good time. Floofdemption, Osby, and David. And Bacteria here gets that +1, which we will need to remember to return to Haze. We're just borrowing it at the moment. But yeah, we'll see if we can get the Floofdemption down to P22 again. Constructors, Williams take a healthy lead ahead of Alpine and RB. And unfortunately for Sauber, this means they're currently P11. Hello, Nixon. Floofdemption is tale of a glorious comeback. Well, right now the gap is growing, so you need to be careful that comeback doesn't have too big of a gap to actually make a comeback. I've had a design center fire. How? How do I have a fire in a place that we do not use? I will make you a new F1 chant. Damn. Hayes did eat the wall, yes. Why am I not making upgrades? Because we're doing a viewer championship. Basically, I'm just here to spectate and commentate. And we have the AI fight it out with drivers that the viewers have made. So, as you can imagine, I'm usually not here to ruin it, but sometimes I steal a point here and there.
Thank you for joining us for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Honestly, Floof, I think your biggest weakness is just the fact that you get very, very cocky, and then life just goes, nah, that's enough out of you, and slaps you down. I think that is also why I got those 2 3-star sparks today. Your cockiness hit you back again. Okay, so Bacteria has a point from qualifying. Now I just need to snatch one from the Vinivirus.
The green light now.
And then I'll be happy ever after. He's hungry, he's an Aussie. All he wants is say free Cossie. Kinda works, yeah.
Over the line, mode charge. And you can
How am I
cool the
one?
engine a bit.
Well, currently, Jasper, you have 200 experience somehow. You jumped everyone. I guess. Chant gave you bonus points. What happened to Virus? Why did you not set a lap time that is quicker than the AI? I was looking away. Okay, we'll have to try again. If I run in front of Floof, that's fine. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Yeah, I need you to set an actual okay lap time. These are banker laps, so hopefully I'm not going to mess anyone up too badly. That is more like it right there. Ronaldo,
Mode out.
can you get out of danger? You can. What about Max? Max can do it too. Maldonado. Not really. Mimic, Shemo, Ethan, and Daly all here currently in danger of being eliminated in Q1. Seymour is about to start their, well, final flying lap. Really, they're on the out lap right now. See if they can improve. And Floof immediately takes over first place. Yeah, Floof somehow ended up with 225 experience. So, I don't know, Jasper. He's cheating, clearly. It's a dead weight setback, damn. Wait, can only a limited number of people decide? Basically, every driver that you see on this list, someone made them. So yeah, there is a limit to how many people can apply. Last season we had nearly 40, or rather this season we had nearly 40. We had 2 qualifier, 4 race seasons. But I think there's less interest nowadays, so I think next season will be a 20 slot season. We'll see. But yeah, it's first come, first serve, basically. Nixon. Oh, yellow flag.
There's been a crash.
The man has crashed.
Now with the Haas.
Oh,
But
I thought it...
they
Huh?
can't avoid making contact. Now their confidence will have taken a hit with that.
What was that? Yeah, Seymour is very likely to be out here. Ethan is trying to improve. We'll have to see if we can make that happen. Yeah, we'll have to see how this works. I feel like the XP system is set up against me. I don't know how the XP system works, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of traffic here that is blocking people, so right now no one is actually getting out of no one's actually getting out of the position they're in. Maldonado, Mimic, Seymour, Ethan, and Daly here all look to be out as things stand. And that is exactly what's happening here. They are out. No big surprises. Their first sectors were all ruined. Which is very unfortunate. Singh here has a penalty. Ah yes, the assassination attempt last race. Makes sense. They should have done the same thing they did to Poconaldo and punished the victim rather than the perpetrator. It's the F1 way.
We should have the green light.
That's bad. It's a joke. Please don't take it out of context. Joel with a spin.
We should be able to take a look here. Now this was at turn 1. And round they go. And ultimately, just unable to bring the car under control.
And another
This is
one.
what happened.
Damn, Joel here is not having a good time.
Now at turn 7. And the car just locks. They were just unable to do much about it.
Hello, Mind. How you doing? I'm curious now. How bad are Joel's tires? 72%. Yeah, those tires got sacrificed to the Shadow Realm. For sure. Plus 21 seconds. I can understand why you would abandon that lap, to be fair. Oh, Synonix almost goes as quick as the virus did. Actually kind of impressive. Danger Man here. Sets the lap time. We're doing bankers right now. Speed it up a little bit. Then we'll follow at the end. The Sing there. It was also pretty quick. What can Sargent do? Up into 9th. We have Mourinho, Danger Man, Verstappen, Tukolsby, Floof, and David. Currently in danger going into the final races there. I do need to check, have they given you new components? They have given you a new engine. They said you're still going to have to suffer with that ERS for one more race. That's kind of bad. We have a lockup from the Danger Man.
Here we go, heading into turn 1.
And as first the stream, we're about halfway through the 4 races, mind. We have 2 more races to go, this one and then one more. So you didn't miss too much, really. The standings. Hastings stand. This is where we are. We have Logan Sargent leading us ahead of the Verstappen and the Mimic. Then we have the bottom here. I have stolen a point by accident. After Cinema on P2. Yes. Mercedes though. P5. Okay. Do we think David here can get out of danger? Do we think Verstappen can get out of danger? Yellow first sector is not what was needed here. Floof improves. I discarded my humility when AFN murdered me. Damn. Damn. We shall see if Verstappen did not improve, as far as I've seen. Floof is still out, but in a good spot. Hayes is the very same. The only one that can cause some problems right now is Cosby, but David is out. Pretty sure Hayes, Floof, and Verstappen is out. Mourinho is trying. Cosby knocks out Sargent into P10. That is where you want to be, so that's actually a good result there. It's P11, but it'll be P10 after I take the penalty on Virus. How did Poconaldo go quicker than Virus? This is some... It's interesting. Mourinho goes quicker. Max then is out instead, but Sargent is trying to improve. It does in fact happen, and Operator here ends up 11th. Then we have Max, Hayes, Floof, Verstappen, and David out in Q2. Poco Redemption. In fact, Poco did go pretty quick. A lot of cars that did go pretty quick. I guess it is the traffic, and just to make Floof angry, I should snatch the fast lap point here, but since I'm remembering this time, we'll avoid doing that. Let's get the banker laps out of the way. Okay, sing so far. Been good. McLaren 1-2 as things stand. Dangerman has already started their final lap, their final attempt here. Where are they going to end up? Improvement to P2. You're not really looking for improvement here. You want to be 9th if you can. And Singh here is going even faster than Dangerman did. From P9 to P1 could happen here, and if so, not going to be happy. Final sector, couldn't make it work. 4th quickest as things stand. We do have people still on their outlaps. Joel, P1. This is one of our P1 merchants. Let's see if they can get it together here. As Mourinho, purple first sector. Purple final sector. What did Mourinho do here? Purple sector from Sargent. Mourinho goes quickest to Cosby. Where you going to end up? 5th at the moment. Poconaldo, you are happy where you are. But I think you just started a fast lap. With like 3 seconds to spare. You really wanted to be a little bit slower there to show you got 9th. And yes, Poconaldo is on a fast lap. Could sabotage themselves at the moment. Where's Sargent going to end up? Starting to go 2nd fastest. Xenonix and Poconaldo are both trying to do fast laps here. Xenonix actually made it? That's insane. I guess they aren't that far behind Poconaldo. Purple middle sector. Poconaldo down by 7/10 and does in fact get 9th. Anonymous got seconds quickest here. And Poconaldo, Dimmadome, Singh, Cosby, Dangerman, Joel, Sergeant, Synonix, and Mourinho are the results in Q3. New Zealand has a better flight in Australia? What are you guys arguing about? You're arguing about flags, what? Oh, I look away for 3 seconds and suddenly we have the Civil War. Sing strategically P10 due to grid drop? Let's see. Could very well be the case here. That would actually be insane if they pull that off. Let's get started here. Time for me to go to the pit lane.
The anticipation is one of the oldest races on the Formula One calendar. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Let's just get our cars out of the way. And Singh has in fact been strategically promoted to 10th. Strategic penalty here from Singh. Starts in 10th place. That's nuts. But we are on the way here in Spain. A decent start, but Max had a better one. And is fighting for that 10th place. We'll have to see who gets it in the end. But right now, it looks like Singh is going to be able to hold on. That does, in fact, happen here. Most cars are soft tires. There are a couple of medium runners. And with that, we are underway here. I'm just going to speed this up a little bit because I can feel a little bit of dizziness setting in. I do want to try and get the 4 races done so we can hopefully finish this up tomorrow. But yeah, to do that, I'm going to have to just speed it up a little bit before the fever takes over again. We shall see. The ERS they left David with has already imploded. Poconaldo now enjoys 10th place as Singh has, well, been moving forwards. Let's just put it like that. Goal for more is P13. I think you can do better than that. It is Spain. We could easily have an incident like that. Dimmadome getting shuffled off. But then he holds everyone up, so didn't help the guys further back here. How am I at 150? I just started typing. I don't know, Sindita. Softs, mediums, we'll see. I think there will be some hard tires too. The thing with this race is that it is very good at just completely destroying tires. So, tires are going to be eaten. There are probably going to be 2 to 3 stops for most cars. That is going to shake it up a little bit here. Hay is currently enjoying 10th. Poconaldo in 9th. Synonix in 11th. But for the most part, the degradation of the tires here seems to be pretty equal between everyone involved. 9th and 10th right now from the Aston Martin team. They're definitely happy with that. Moore has moved up to 15th. Dangerman and Joel are once again squabbling over the first 2 places, just like they did in Canada. We have a bit of a yellow flag here. Joel ran wide.
Now this happens down at turn 8. No, wide they go. And you really can't do that.
Did you pick up underfloor damage there? I mean, it is possible. It looks like you got away with it, Joel. No underfloor damage for the shenanigans right there. Hey, still enjoying 10th.
There's
Oh,
a yellow flag.
Dimmadome with a spin. Dimmer spun.
And that's the moment they lose it. And that won't do anything to help.
With that, some more free positions for the cars further back. Dimmadome now. Dead last. That cost so much time. And basically destroyed what little was left of those tires. Although, to be fair, it's not that worse off compared to Floof. I'm sorry, Floof, you're an easy target. And of course, Poco starts overtaking. What's a million British pounds? Kroner? Like 12 million, something like that? 12 million kroner? A decent chunk, let's just put it like that. Oh, that is Hayes being sent to the Shadow Realm by 2 Cosby. That is another gap being formed with 12th place now, needing to find 3 seconds to catch back up to the cars further up ahead. Life being a little bit rough as they go 3 wide into that corner. That could have been bad. But we get through without any major incidents right now. Verstappen, 12th, chasing down and trying to get back into the point scoring positions. I don't know the currency conversion between kroner and pounds. Probably a decade since I last was in Britain. We'll speed this up a little bit. Not much going on right now. Mimic is just enjoying their life right now in tent. And we do have some first pit stops here from Daly, Maldonado, Floof. And the Floof Redemption journey continues with a pit stop issue.
Oh, what's happened to the rear left tire there?
Floof Redemption is struggling. But the pit stops have begun, and the traffic here is kind of bad. Singh getting held up, going to the hard tires. Pocanaldo's struggles do not stop either. Pit stop issue for the Aston. And with that, Joel is currently net first after the pit stops that have gone so far. But let's face it, everyone's going to pit. Mourinho is getting to a position where he's going to need to pit very soon. It's going to be interesting to see how these soft runners are going to do, in particular, because they'll eat through the tires pretty quick. But Singh and Pocanaldo could be acting as roadblocks going forwards. We'll see how that goes. How did Lando jump into first in the fan thingy? I'm pretty sure it must carry over experience from earlier. It has to. From earlier streams. In some way, shape, or form. David's mechanical fault is escalating again. They really should just give you a new ERS. The AI really loves screwing you over. I'm sorry about that. But luckily, you should have a car part advantage going into the next couple of races, as other teams will need to replace theirs. So that might come... The suffering you're going through now might benefit you in the future. We'll see. Ace, on the other hand, is playing with fire. Same as the Mimic, for that matter. Ace do come into the pit lane, though. Danger Man comes into the pit lane. Mimic does another lap on 25% soft say. You can see the lap times. 5 seconds gained for Joel on hards versus Mimic on softs. And if Mimic does one more lap, I can nearly guarantee that we are getting a puncture. First one of the season. Mimic does get into the pit lane, but where is he gonna come out here? That was a lot of time lost, and the shuffle is real. Down to 15th assist stand. Jay Moore, Pocanaldo has undercut. What have you done, Pocanaldo? You have damage. I didn't realize this, but you must have picked up underfloor damage somehow. The bad luck. There's no stopping the bad luck train for this Aston driver. Just pain and suffering. How about AI and Jujutsu Kaisen? I feel like the ads you're getting, Chichi, are very interesting. You went from Resident Evil to AI to Jujutsu Kaisen. And Ethan has found his beloved 16th place here. Danger Man now, chilling in 10th as 2 Cosplay Pits get shuffled all the way to the Shadow Realm. I think Xenonix is about to suffer that very, very same fate. There we go. Almost to the back of the grid after pitting. But with fresher tires, they should be able to take advantage and move upwards again. Currently, Poconaldo and David... Oh,
We've got a yellow flag
crash
here.
involving multiple vehicles, you
It's the
say?
Red Bull driver.
It's the Red Bull driver and Poconaldo. Where have I seen this one before?
Oh, that's obviously far from intentional, but there was contact.
How did you live?
Unfortunate moment, yes, but as any driver will know, this is an unforgiving sport.
Yes, but how did Floof live there? He got shuffled. He should have eaten the wall. That's what they said in the script. But yeah, Poconaldo, I don't know if you have any more damage after that. Floof got away with it with no pain or suffering whatsoever, just the tires getting a little bit extra eaten. So, that's nuts. But yeah, I don't know how you lived through that, Floof, I'm not gonna lie. I'm guessing next is gonna be another game ad. We'll see. The kissy kissy. David's mechanical fault has become terminal, but here's the funny part, because it is the ERS that is terminal, he does not need to retire. He has now become a moving chicane. The AI will not retire him, and he's very likely to get lapped this race, because that is just how important your ERS actually is. Might even get a puncture and DNF that way, as things stand. We'll have to wait and see. Let's go into the pit lane. Are they going to retire you, or are they just going to give you new tires? Remains to be seen here. They are just going to give you new tires and send you out without an ERS system. Amazing. I recently found out that I can still play the 2025 mod with the 2024 database. Yeah, that should work out just fine. Proof there with some Tokyo Drift energy, you're not wrong. Add my XP. Currently though, Daly is enjoying 10th, but is about to give it away. Ethan has ascended from his favorite 16th place and is now in 10th. This is heresy of the highest level and will not stand. But we'll have to see how this goes. There's still going to be a couple more pit stops down the order, I think. That is going to change things a little bit. And I don't know how Floof is overtaking people with tires that literally are about to fall apart. Remains to be seen. Are we going to see a Floof pit stop? We are not. Are we going to see a Floof puncture? Oh, never mind. We are seeing a Max and Mimic crash instead. And this might be a red flag scenario. Mimic is out, Max is out. What happened? It's full safety car at the moment. Oh. Rejoin unsafely. Rejoin unsafely. It is a red flag. I think that benefits Floof just a little bit.
Now this was the Sauber.
So Max here
Now there's an
had his
inviting
little bit of a
opportunity
spin,
there. Oh,
and he
the car
immediately...
there, unable able to keep out of each other's
He hit
way.
the Alpine
And there'll
too?
be more than
No,
one
sorry, that is the
unhappy
Alpine he
team
hit.
after that.
He just immediately tried to rejoin and kill the Alpine. I thought he hit another car there for a second.
The garage, that really must have been a hard one to take.
He literally spun and tried to keep going immediately? That's nuts. That's actually wild.
It's time to pick up where we left off as the race restarts. And it's lights out and away
Okay.
we go.
So, the race is restarting. Poconaldo in 10th here. We have some hard runners. We're basically halfway through the race. Hards are basically a one stop at this point. The soft runners here might need 2 stops, depending on what they have available to them. So, Singh, Joel, both the Mercedes cars here, as well as Dimmadome, might be in a bit of trouble. We'll see. Max receives the penalty for his crimes, which makes sense. And Poconaldo here retains 10th on the restart. Both Williams disqualified from quali? In reality? Damn. What did they mess up? David, you can't possibly have another kind of mechanical fault. I refuse to believe it. Are you gonna like have double terminal failure on the ERS? Let us check here. There is. Oh yes, it actually fully exploded now. It was just terminal. Now it's actually gone bye-bye. Fully exploded. I love how everyone had to talk to like a medieval royal. Yeah. You scared me by saying Max was out of the race. I'm sorry. We have Verstappen and then we have the real Max. So, didn't mean to scare you their mind. Failed checks on the rear wing. Okay. I'll have to take a look at that after stream, I think. But yeah, Poconaldo retains 10th here. Clean restart from basically everyone involved. We'll have to see how this one goes. Poconaldo moving up to 9th, even with the damage and worse off tires as it stands. Shay Moore, with a little bit of an incident here, runs wide, loses a couple of positions.
Just a bit too wide at that point. That won't do the floor of the car any good at all.
Luckily, I think you survived without floor damage. You did, in fact, do that without getting floor damage, which is pretty good for you. The only one who's allowed to get floor damage here is Poconaldo, and Ethan has a lockup.
Oh, all right so far.
Look at the bowling pins.
The car fails to respond.
Ethan, you did it wrong. You were supposed to get at least 3 of them.
You leave it.
That is pretty unfortunate, not gonna lie. And somehow Poconaldo's now moved up to 7th, moving 6th. Joel and Dangerman still out front, causing problems. But now we find Verstappen in 10th. I failed to use my brakes in an effective manner. I really should have channeled my inner Bottas. That's right. You tried. But you weren't Bottas enough. Bit unfortunate that you had that lockup though. You were looking good. That is this game in a nutshell. Just one bad luck incident. And then it's back to the daycare. 74% hards. Will it make it till the end? No. We have done 7 laps and people have used 25% of their hards here. No way any of the hard runners makes it till the end. If they do, they're going to be stubborn and be slow. So I don't expect any of the hard runners to go till the end. They can try, but they're going to hit that 30% mark and it's not going to be a good time. Not going to be a good time. Poconaldo is getting shuffled down the order right now. Yeah, Hayes is definitely eating those hard. Sloof is eating those hard. Sargent eating those hard. So they are. Everyone here is gonna need to pit once more before the end. At least one more time. Coconello is eating his tires a little bit more than the rest, though. Already getting to that 30% mark. Dimmadome continues the theatrics here, or rather vices.
And the rear just lets go. Not a mistake they'll want to make.
Luckily, no rejoin unsafely this time around. But is Poco gonna get a puncture? No. Pit lane. Do you have hard tires available? Medium tires, 22 laps. That's gonna be tough in Spain. I'm not gonna lie. That is gonna be tough. Hard tires for Doug should be very, very helpful. But yeah, I'm gonna be very curious to see if those mediums last 22 laps. When hards are getting destroyed in basically less than that. Mechanical fail for Dimmadome. Operator. Hard tire. Should go all the way till the end, no problem. If they take care of them, that is. Medium tire for the RB. There is a medium tire for the McLaren. Ethan, what do they have for you? They decided to grace you with a soft tire that you need to make work for 19 laps. And they've done the same to Verstappen. 07's in the chat. I wish you luck on your journey to hopefully survive till the end. I'm pretty sure Hayes might have been pushing, but I'm a little bit unsure. No way you're surviving 10. Yeah, no way anyone in the top 10 is surviving. That is just not happening here. Gaps though are pretty big, all things considered. 20 seconds from Shane Moorhead to Dangerman is a little bit more than I expected. But we will see once everyone has done their pit stops where we, well, line up. Another soft tire here, and look at how quickly Verstappen is eating those tires. There's 16 laps to go. You've already eaten 14%. Xenonics on used softs. Same here for, well, that's not the same for Ethan. I am worried. Soft tires for Floof. No way this goes till the end without a puncture. It just is not happening.
Looks like a pit stop issue.
Pit stop issue from the Danger Man. Am I blind? I am getting dizzy. Danger Man in 10th now, so it benefit him. But yeah, I'm worried. I'm worried for everyone who's put on a soft tire. Floof should be okay because he did it late, but like Verstappen and Xenonics, that's going to be rough. As we see a yellow flag and Singh getting sent down the order.
Now let's take a look.
This super chat knocked Floof out of third. Thank you very much, Daniel. I appreciate you sacrificing $2 of your dollars to inconvenience Floof. Thank you very much. Okay, that was funny, Daniel. Thanks. Amazing indeed. Yeah, I'm looking at that man. That man is a legend. He kicked Floof off the top 3 at the moment. You don't. No one should feel forced to spend any money. Don't do it if you don't have the disposable income, and don't do it. Like Daniel did this for funsies, and honestly, I respect it. But there's no need to spend any money. Just being here and chatting is more than enough for me. Okay. Now that I'm done laughing, Cosby is enjoying 10th at the moment. We have 2 cars that have yet to pit. Shaymore after pitting is 14th here. Coconaldo, yeah, I don't think you're going to have a good race here either, unfortunately, my man. Same can kind of be said for Hayes. The soft runners have stopped eating their tires just a little bit, I feel. But we will see here. Sergeant, are we going to have a stubborn moment here where you go further than you should? Yes, we do have a stubborn moment here from Sergeant. 24% now. I think conserve is on the menu for most of these guys. 23% now. Mourinho and Sargent have both decided to be stubborn here. And look at that. Sargent now 21%. Mourinho decides that I've been stubborn enough. I need to stop before it goes too far. It is just 8 laps remaining here. Gonna need to find a lot of time with those 8 laps. And here comes Singh as well. Used softs. Need to find 8+ seconds with 8 laps to go. And for Sargent here, the puncture is imminent. As Poconaldo just sneaks by. And Shea Moore now is being held up instead of the Poconaldo. Does go into the pit lane, avoids the puncture, but that is really, really late. We need pay to win a fun manager. No, we don't. We don't, Jasper. Okay, I think everyone has done their pit stops now. Synonix is enjoying 10th, 6 laps to go. Poconaldo in 11th, but in danger as things stand. Mourinho is actually chasing down the cars ahead quite effectively at the moment. We'll have to see if he joins in on the fight here. Shea Moore moves up to 11th ahead of Poconaldo. That damage is not doing him any favors. And there is a little bit of a train here. Hayes, Verstappen, Cosby, and Synonix all fighting for 10th place, really. Although Synonix right now just need to chill and hold on to that position. Mourinho is gaining here, but it's not enough really to make a difference. I think gonna need a little bit more bickering for Poconaldo and Shea Moore, which is actually happening right now. Gained a full second. So with some tire advantage here, catching up should be possible. And if that happens, 11th place should be on the menu for the Red Bull driver. Currently, Operator, who took basically a huge advantage of the red flag, is leading. Joel is trying to chase him down, however, with Daly on his heels as well. Then we have Floof, Maldonado, Danger Man, Cosby, Hayes, Verstappen, Synonix. And we'll have to see it if Shea Moore can connect to the DRS train, because now Mourinho has become part of this mix. And Mourinho is hunting points with slightly better tires than the cars ahead. Clearly, Poconaldo is using a lot of energy right there. That was insane. Can you please tell me how I'm still running this? It's basically because the AI does not count a broken ERS as a terminal problem. The AI does not care that your ERS has exploded. I'm just amazed you aren't further behind, to be fair. Three laps ago, are we going to have any more mayhem? Or was that it? I think we are going to have some mayhem here. Mourinho is trying to catch up, but has used tires. Now they're getting more and more equal. So we are going to have a genuine fight here for 11th. Between Poconaldo, Shea Moore, and potentially Mourinho here. And Shea Moore does sneak by. In a way that does cost Poconaldo quite a bit of time. 2 laps to go. Daly has the lead up front, followed by Operator and Joel. Gonna have a fight there. And Synonix is still holding on to 10th, although let's be honest here, Hayes and Verstappen are fighting for 8th. Cosby has been given some freedom. But I think the big fight here is actually not going to be 10th. It's going to be Poconaldo versus Mourinho versus Shea Moore for the final points in 11th. Final lap, operator in the lead for a second. Up front, Staley takes that. Synonix is still holding on to 10th here. No real changes. Poconaldo is trying everything, but Mourinho is actually coming up. Tried to make a move there, had to, couldn't get it done. The question that remains is, will we see an attempt made in the final DRS sector? We're getting till the end here. Daly ahead of operator, and we have Verstappen trying to chase down Hayes. Synonix should get 10th here. Poconaldo couldn't do anything into this final corner, really. Final overtaking opportunity. And I think that is the end of that one. Synonix is really close here. Are we going to see a loss of 10th place to the line overtake? Doesn't look like it. Jay Moore gets 11th. Poconaldo ends up 12th. And Daly here gets a quote-unquote win. With this result, I shall be granted immunity from the impoverished worlds of P21 and P22. Wow. Sorry, mind. I should show more of the battle for 10th, but generally they just... Synonix didn't have the pace to get by Verstappen. I'm sorry. Sorry for your points. Sorry that I was focusing more on this one. I felt like this one was a little bit more exciting. Personally, sorry about that. What is BKK doing these days? I don't know. It's been a bit since I last heard from him. He was messing around with coding last I heard. Game development, yeah. So I think he's just busy. '21, yeah, fastest lap point. And with that, Verstappen now takes the lead in the championship. Ahead of Shea Moore, we have Sargent, Synonix, and honestly, so far it's been pretty close. 3 races in. Constructors, Williams gets a couple more points, but not a lot of it. RB catches up a little bit. Mercedes catches up a ton, along with McLaren. And even in the constructors here, we could have a little bit of a fight. Sauber, unfortunately, still with 0 points. They're not having a good start to the season. And, yeah. David's still pointless. Unfortunately, that is mainly just due to the Ferrari team being absolutely useless and not giving you new components. And Ethan and Max just, well, they're cursed as things stand. Redemption moves up to 17th. And let's face it, that is not redemption, so I can still laugh at you. But I will try and do the final race here. We might try and do it a little bit quicker in terms of just doing more 16x. Because I have been genuinely feeling more and more dizzy as we go. It's Coda. Let's see how this one goes. I don't want to jinx it, but this might be my championship year. Where have I heard this before? I think I've heard it from both Cosby and Floof at different points. And then I watched them immediately implode. I pray the same thing does not happen to you. Because why would it? Have you seen that Mark Zuckerberg is suing Mark Zuckerberg? Yeah, isn't it the lawyer that had like the same name? Something like that? There's something weird going on there, but yeah, I don't know if it's a grift or whatever. But yeah, there was something... I read about it a long time ago. With that said, next race. Let's just jump straight in.
Welcome to the United States.
Murphy's Law. I know who Murphy is, but I don't like his law. It keeps on screwing me over. Okay, I just want a P10.
We'll practice.
We're just moderating his expectations right now. We've reached bargaining. Everyone, we have reached the bargaining stage. Let us get the qualifying underway here. Unfortunately, nervousness has set in. I think one of the Zuckerbergs will lose, one of them will win. But who? We don't know yet. We had a man literally spend money to depose the Floof Lando. It was glorious. Okay, Max is currently, well, in danger because they haven't said time yet. Same for Cosby. There we go. Danger Man, Verstappen, Seymour, David, and Maldonado are the ones currently in danger as we reach the end of Q1. Verstappen here on a fast lap. Let's see if they can get out of danger. Dimmadome and Hayes are the ones at risk. I guess they finally changed my parts. We can actually check that and see what they've done here. So for David, they've finally given you a new car. And you can see you have a little bit of an advantage in components right now because everyone else has avoided crashing. So we'll see how that works out for you. That's not a good corner there for Verstappen. But to be fair, he already finished his lap. Is out, unfortunately. Sorry for getting distracted. I have a bad habit with that. Verstappen and Seymour are out as things stand. Dimmadome in danger, but trying to get out of it. Not a good middle sector. The first one also leaves much to be desired, so Dimmadome here is going to have to put it together in the final sector in a big way. And Hayes up there is also improving, which is going to make it even more challenging. No improvement for Dimmadome. 3 cars are out. Maldonado and Danger Man are both going to try and improve. Hayes and David are the ones that currently are in danger, but Hayes is improving massively as things stand. A little bit of traffic. Through to first. David and Xenonix now on the chopping block if the others here can put together a good lap. 24.5 is a very, very good first sector. It's in line with Hayes. Will the Danger Man send David out? Can I give you a quiz on the English language? In what way, Jasper? Let's see it, Danger Man. Can you improve? Improving enough, David, Dimmadome, Verstappen, Maldonado, and Seymour out in Q1 as things stand. How much pace does this division have? Basically, every car is equalized at 70%. So the cars are 70 overall, basically, in terms of their maximum performance. American versus British, Canadian, Australian. I'm gonna get destroyed. We don't really do anything like that, so I don't know the differences. I know there is some like horrendous stuff like no, I'm stuck. There is some weird spellings like color, things like that. But yeah, I'm not gonna nail any of that. I can guarantee that already. Who is this? David. David Patch. Basically, the Ferrari.
Mode charge. Stay negative in your delta.
Ferrari, Daniel. The other Ferrari. Oh, sorry, I didn't follow that. You were correcting Lando. My bad, Daniel. Okay, bank collapse are coming in. See purple sectors from Singh. Where are everyone going to end up? So, Max and Ethan. Ethan is in his beloved 16th position. Max 15, Hayes, Sergeant, Operator, and Danger Man. I saw some traffic there from the Danger Man, and with that, very likely to be in danger of getting eliminated. Floof right now is on outlap. Max is improving and trying to get out of Q2 here. Can we make that happen? We'll have to see. Joel goes quickest. So that is nearly a second down in the middle sector. 5/10 in the first sector. Max has definitely had some traffic issues, and that is Max out in Q2. Is it going to be in a good position, though? We'll have to see, as Operator is improving. Already 6/10 up before we go into the final sector. That is Operator into 7th. Coconaldo here is, I believe, on a in-lap. Currently in 11th, where you want to be. Can't complain too much about that. Ethan on a fast lap. Sargent on a fast lap. Can Ethan improve from the beloved 16th place? Come on, Ethan. Just a little bit to go. Unfortunately, 16th place is still yours. You have claimed it as your home. That middle sector was horrendous, not gonna lie. And with an improvement, Mourinho gets knocked down. What can Sargent do here? Sargent goes 7th fastest, and with that we have Ethan, Hayes, sorry, Coconaldo, Max, Ethan now so far. Hayes, Mourinho, and Sononix could still improve. Dangerman and Operator are the ones currently in danger, getting eliminated if they do end up improving. And right now, Hayes and Mourinho are running side by side, and we know how this goes. They destroy each other's laps instead of actually helping each other when they're that close together, which is bad for both of them. Both of them do make it through, though. Operator and Dangerman eliminated here, and that is a terrible middle sector from Sononix. And with that, Floof might be safe, although, to be honest here, he probably wanted Sononix to improve and get him knocked down to 11th. Did not get what he wanted right there.
We should have the green light now.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Mimic with a spin.
Right then, we can take a look now. Things were all right here.
Lando's gonna pay his way to first. That would be wild. Yeah, that is kind of bad, I believe, for the Mimic's tires. Let's see here. I'm just gonna catch up with chat for a second. Let me ask you a question on it first, Arrow. Which one of these mean yes, and which means no? The second one, nah, yeah. Nah, yeah. Bro, my team is a beast in quality, but I'm lucky to get points. It happens. Color or color, analyze or analyze, crystallize or crystallize, center or center, defense or defense, labor or labor. I kind of use all of these at different times. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know if I'm good for that test, Jasper. But color would be the first one. Analyze would be the second. Crystallize would be the second. Center would be the second. Defense would be the first. Labor would be the first. So yeah. But yeah, I do use both of them at times. Hello, Canivia. Currently, the winner is Max Verstappen, and then Shea Moore and Sargent. It's a bit of a close fight, though. Fourth race of the season underway. Sunset lap scenery. It looks pretty. Not gonna lie. It does do that. Right now, the bank laps are done. 30 plus 34 plus 27. They are the spinners. That makes sense. Correct answer was A for all, you Americans. I mean, makes sense. Like, British and American is pretty much interchangeable. But yeah, there's some bastardizations going. But let's go here. Final laps are getting started. I've caught up with everyone. I hope if I missed your message, please yell at me. I'll try and catch up with it again. Joel right now, the P1 merchant, or at least the attempted P1 merchant. What can you do in qualifying? P5 with the purple final sectors are not super terrible. Next up, we have the double Cosby. A lot better in the everywhere. Just need that final sector put together. Then we might see actually an improvement here ahead of Hayes. And we do in fact get that improvement. Floof now. Trying to put it on pole. Wants at least some sort of redemption. Purple middle sector. We see the same from his teammate. Floof pole. RB1-2 at the moment. Singh and Sargent are both kind of just squabbling together, but Singh is actually quicker than Floof, or at least pretty close to him right now. Similar sector times, quicker in the first sector, a little bit slower in the second. But just gets a good final sector here. Does split the Red Bull, Sargent gets fourth. What can Mimic do? Unfortunately not getting the final sector done there. With that, Daly's ninth, Joel is eighth. Mimic, Hayes, Cosby, Sargent, Mourinho, Singh, and Floof. 1 point for Floof for pole position. With that said, though, as I mentioned, I am kind of feeling the medicine wear off, so I am just gonna get into this race. We'll do most of it, I think, on 16X. You could save it for tomorrow, but I genuinely don't know if I'm going to be any better tomorrow, so let's just try and get this one done too.
Well then, here we go. It's the United States Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
Lights out and away we go. Let us put both of you guys in the forever box. Still no friends in the pit lane for this first half. And Hayes on a hard tire, Maldonado on a hard tire. A little bit different strategy here. This is also a track that eats tires. Operator in 10th as things stand. Let's get underway. Straight down to 11. Not the best start right there. Danger Man jumping up into 10th. Good for him. We'll have to see how this race develops. 1-2 right now from the Red Bull. Singh has been overtaken by Mourinho. And immediately Daly has beached that Alpine. The Alpine continues its tradition, as it now is boxed in between my two retiring vehicles. Apparently you guys did post a lot of stuff since I just popped in here, so let me just catch up with everyone. Sorry. Keep my money. Competing with that. See you later, Ethan. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. The prophecy foretold this outcome. Floof gets P1 in qualifying. Lights out into the retirement we go. Yes, that is very, very true. Welcome back, Cosby. Okay, I think we are ready to 16X as I've caught up a little bit. Coconaldo once again finds himself in 10th. How is randomness gonna make him suffer this time? By overtaking up towards the front, clearly. Thenonix enjoying 10th at the moment. 5 laps in and tires are being eaten. That shouldn't be a huge problem. Xenonix now creating some gaps, but forwards and backwards in 10th place. Kind of chilling. with a decent gap both ways, but operator is not happy with that and tries to catch back up. Yeah, thing right now, moving forwards, Floof moving downwards. Ronaldo chilling in 10th as things stand. Ethan has somehow avoided 16th place. We'll have to see how long that lasts. Ah. The system is mean. I mean, it makes sense. Let's see here. Drink water, my sick father. Good shout. Water has been acquired. David now. Can we get some redemption for David, who suffered immensely from Ferrari not giving him new components after his initial crash in Singapore? Currently enjoying 10th. Joe here is, well, Joel, not Joe. Joel is eating his tires. Should pit this lap. If not, there is actually a danger of puncture. No joke. And he is, in fact, the first one to pit. Lap 13. And it's immediately onto hard tires for undercutting. Not a bad choice. Does come out behind Daly though, which could be an issue. But I think with DRS, with fresh hards versus very worn mediums, this should be a walk in the park to just sail by. That is exactly what happens. Shay Moore now, 28% one tires. Not a good position to be in, as the Mimic does pit. Max pits, Shay Moore pits. And I assume there will be hard tires for most of these. Medium for Max. What about the V-Carb here? Those are hard tires. Undercutting is on the table. Ocanawa now into the pits alongside the Danger Man. Are we going to see some funny tire choices? That's a hard tire and a medium tire. Nothing spectacularly funny. But red flags could definitely spice up this race. Hit at the wrong time, and you'll be very, very sad. But my Joel? Wow. %, Chechi, 30% is when you start losing a lot of performance. Basically, you get very, very slow. And once you hit 20%, that's when your tires can go kaboom. At any time. Let us speed this up a little bit. Verstappen now in 10th. The question is where everyone's going to be after the first set of pit stops as Verstappen locks up. I mention him, and immediately mine gets a little bit of a lockup. Luckily, it wasn't a bad lockup. That could have been an assassination attempt, and it did not, in fact, happen. Pit stops, though, are happening. And Ethan has collected another slow pit stop. That 16th place does not want to let go of you, does it? Maldonado. Dimmadome. Sergeant. Pit stops are happening. So we aren't going to get any punctures today. Which is kind of good. Punctures are no fun. Floof and Singh are both trying to hold on up front. And now they both pit. And did I see... I thought I saw a soft tire there for a second. But no, it is a hard tire. But as you can see, going along has actually put Floof into a prime spot here, 10th place. Well, David is going to be ready to claim that back pretty much immediately. This has worked out pretty good for him. Hayes and Operator still do need to pit though, so could still end up 8th. That works out in Floof's favor for sure. Can't complain at all. And Operator and Hayes stay out for one more. Flufdemption has a mechanical fault.
But it looks like they're carrying some kind of fault.
I'm cashing out to Daniel, who cheated by dropping $2. Well, your punishment is a mechanical failure. That is how I've penalized you for that. What kind of mechanical failure is the Floof nursing? It's your gearbox that's about to go bang bang. Remember that incident in Singapore where you lost 25% durability. Now it's come back to bite you a little bit. BRB donating 500. No, don't do that. It would be wild, but don't do that. I'd have to spend my entire bank account. I can't give you points, Loof, but I will give you, again, a mechanical failure. The engines, I give everyone the same engines, yes. Everyone has the same engines too, so don't worry, I remembered to do that. I just forgot to mess with the weather. Is all. Hey, it's finally pits. With that, everyone has done their first pit stop. Dimmadome is so far the big winner, alongside Floof and David, who find themselves very close to 10th place here. You can give him points, penalty points. Ah, yes, I will take one engine. If you don't behave, you lose your extra engine privileges. You only get the one. Rather than give penalty points, I would genuinely just take Floof's engine and destroy it. Destroy his extra ERS, his engines, everything, and then just laugh at him when he starts when he's placed in the pit lane with me. Floof's fault has indeed been recovered, which is unfair. Clearly, it needs to pop back in immediately. Three races I'm below 15, and 2 of them I have finished plus 20. And fastest lap, isn't this impressive? It's pretty good. We'll have to see if you do another one of those recovery drives. Wouldn't surprise me. You've had a pretty good run so far, Ichi, so you definitely see it happening again. It's kind of what this season was built on, to be fair. And yeah, feel free to repeat again if you do. Reinstate his mechanical fault. BRB guys, just gonna save the race, edit the save file mid-race, which is kind of guaranteed to brick it, and then I will take away his engine. Can we test something? If you time out Floof, will it remove all of his XP? Since you are suggesting the test, should I time out you to test it? I don't think it removes XP. That would be kind of mean if it did. Moo! I love how panicked Floof gets that he wrote moo rather than no. Do you know what? I'm just gonna ask Google. Does timing out remove XP, YouTube? I think that is easier. No, a YouTube live chat timeout feature just temporarily prevents the user from sending messages for a set duration. Does not remove their XP. Okay, so you should be fine. So yeah, it should not remove your XP, so Floof and you should be safe. By the looks of it. I need my XP. I'm no fun, I'm sorry. Google is nothing as ChatGPT. Thank you for helping out, Space. Appreciate it. A test would be so much better. We can 16x a little bit, yes. I'm ready to go back to bed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, everyone, but the bed is calling for me, and we are having the second set of pit stops right now. Could we see a Poconaldo resurgence here? Hard tires. Verstappen is a little bit in the way right now, but should just fly by. Shane Moore is playing with fire again and holding everyone up in the process. 29% tires. This is a place where we've seen a lot of punctures before. Would not surprise me if it happened again. Yeah, Poconaldo could definitely get some work done. Shane Moore comes into the pit lane. I assume there is a medium tire waiting. I assumed right. Let us speed this up a little bit to see how things shape up after this set of pit stops. Maldonado is falling down the order with the used softs here.
And who's that having an issue?
Dimmadome with a slow pit stop, but hard tires, medium and medium for Verstappen and Maldonado. Moreno is still not going to pit lane. Danger Man comes in now. Medium tires. Moreno finally comes in. I think they gave him medium tires. Ethan. They actually have hard tires for you. That is actually really, really good. Joel with a bit of a lockup, but should be okay up front here. And now Poconaldo is 10th. And because there's a lot of cars that are going to need to pit, you're going to be sent even further up the order once they do. If you force Floof to create a new account and then join, it would work. What would work? I'm sorry, I'm not following Lando. I'm also ready for bed. I know it's late, but watching your streams it's lit. I appreciate that, thank you. I'm just gonna sleep though because I am sick, as I mentioned. I really shouldn't be streaming. Did look at your last message and time you out of spite. To be fair, I very, very rarely time people out. It's usually when you guys, well, not you guys. I think it's been like two instances in. How long have I done this? 3 years. 2 instances in 3 years where we've had someone say some, you know, racist or downright diabolical stuff. So I haven't had to use timeout or bans very often, and I'm very grateful for that. So I don't use those tools if I don't really need to. But to be fair, it would be fun to mess with you by timing you out, Fluke. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie about that one. Standings. If things remain as they are, the non-X would take the lead. Sargent would remain, would be second. Stappen would be third. Mimic moves up to fourth. So we'll have to see how this goes. I see we have a yellow flag.
There's a yellow flag now.
As we've had a crash involving multiple
Now this was
vehicles.
at turn 1.
And one of them is Shea Moore and a Sauber.
The cars coming together right there.
Ooh.
Teams will no doubt be very keen to establish the full extent of the damage.
The Sauber got a little bit of shaving done on the front wing as a result. Which Sauber was it? It's the real Max. The Sauber suffering just does not end. As that is, that's a lot of front wing damage. Shea Moore doesn't look like he lost too much of tire, but that is a penalty. And I think the impressive run of P11 and P9s are going to come to an end here, unfortunately. That penalty is going to make your life a lot harder. We still have about 4 cars there that yet need to pit. But yeah, that was a bit unfortunate right there. Let us see. I need to just catch up again here. I did see Floof calling himself the favorite child, Jasper. But that's just funny. Why did I think you said Stroll instead of Joel? I do say Stroll or two. Got a keyring today, no way on it. That's very nice. One time BKK named someone for tacos. I feel like I'm getting more and more confused the more I read chat right now. I think when I first joined, instantly started hate watching Floof. Close timeout, maybe, yeah. But racism we don't tolerate here. Let's be honest. I do know that BKK did slap someone for being racist at one point, which was great. But yeah, I do find it weird how racists would autocorrect it to tacos. In that sense, this makes a lot more sense now, though. I think the XP updates once an hour, by the way. It depends when you first join the stream, which is why it's delayed for some people. That is the current hypothesis. Would make sense. GG's, I'm going down in the statistics. I got the Poconaldo treatment today. Can I pit, please? Yes. As I catch up and read that, you are indeed allowed to pit. Now, the more important question is, can you make soft tires survive 15 laps around here? That's going to be difficult. Singer's gone for the same thing. But yeah, 16 laps around here on soft tires is going to be a little bit challenging. We still have Joel and Operator that both need to pit. I think that both Operator stays out with 27% hards. Why would you do this to yourself? Tire-wise, Floof is losing about 5% a lap, which means with 13 laps to go, he's going to get close to puncture territory if he keeps this up. I need someone to park in front of him, get some extra heat into those so they explode. But Operator, are you going to be the first puncture victim here? It does look very, very likely here. 22%. Getting into some corners right now. You better pit right now, Ferrari man. Or you're going to end up being very, very sad in a lap's time. Softs, back it up, Jeep, it's over. Well, that is genuinely what's going to happen to Operator here. But, yeah. You've used quite a lot of your softs already, but I think you might be just about okay. The question is, how long will Operator survive? Remember. Yep. I was about to say. Once you hit 20%, it can happen at any time, and in the middle of the straight, Operator has picked up a puncture. The puncture did in fact happen here. We got one today at Coda. And Max is also coming in. Are they giving you a new front wing? They are giving you a new front wing. Operator has also come in here. You boys need a safety car or a red flag yesterday to have any sort of chance here. But it looks like Mimic right now is in a very, very good position. 10th with 10 laps to go. Does run wide though immediately as I mentioned them. And then Hayes takes over that 10th place position. Up front we have Dangerman, followed by Sargent, followed by David Patch, Poconaldo, Thing, Xenonix, Dome, Joel, Floof, Hayes, and Mimic. Mourinho needs to find 3 seconds to become part of this fight. Right now, Hayes has it pretty much under control. And Shaymore's bad luck continues here with a Spinderella move.
In the end, just a helpless passenger.
And it's just a miracle there that you did not take the Williams with you on that journey. That would have been funny though, but luckily for the Williams' sake, you did not do that.
And we've had a crash on track.
Oh, you've had another incident. Daly. They decided that that Williams did deserve to get hit after all, and just locks up into the side. And then we just leave the crime scene immediately.
It's not going the way the team had hoped.
Then we just leave the crime scene before anyone realizes what happened. But yeah, basically Shaymore spun, got overtaken by Daly here and Maldonado, and then Daly said, "Nah, that ain't okay." That is actually kind of wild. It's just a miracle that we didn't get a safety car there, not gonna lie. And Daly does get penalized as expected. Ace still holding on to 10th here. 6 laps to go. What do you call a badger that ate a beetle? I don't know, Jasper. What do you call them? Luke is begging for big points, but right now he's not getting big points. He's getting okay points as things stand. Hayes is chilling out front. Rather intent. Mimic still trying to chase, but with the DRS train, it's going to be difficult to overtake. Dimmadome and Xenonix on hard tires aren't going to be super quick, so keeping up with the DRS train should be relatively easy here for Hayes. Call it a Badger because Badgers eat beetles. Okay. Getting close to P10. Are you though? I don't know if this one counts as Maldonado finds his way into the pits here. They have decided that you need a new front wing. But there's still some suspension or chassis damage. That is not the greatest thing ever. Doof has been demoted to 7th as things stand. Which would be more points for him, not gonna lie. Mimic has found 10th. 4 laps to go here. In the championship, you goose. Well, you're also moving closer to P10 now with how the standings are. Look, you're now 15th. But I get what you mean then, yeah. J-Mo, with the penalty, you're very likely to get 16th here. The gap to Max is just too big. And I don't see you letting Ethan or getting away from Ethan or Verstappen. So with that 5-second penalty, very likely to get demoted to 16th. Dimmadome now has somehow found himself in 10th as the Mimic is moving forwards and upwards. 3 laps to go. Danger Man still leading out front. Singh and Sargent are fighting for 2nd and 3rd. We had David and Pocanaldo, Booth and Joel still squabbling. And we'll have to see what happens with the Dimmadome. We'll shuffle down to 11th as Stu Cosby is getting into the mix here. Do well tonight, you need a lot. Thank you, I will. Mimic is literally falling upwards. It happens sometimes. And you're not wrong. Moving up places does lose points. We are getting close to the end. Eyes are getting worn. And Shaymo's tires are in danger of exploding again. We might get a 2nd puncture. Remains to be seen here. Ethan can get the overtake done, and there's some battling here. Puncture is not out of the question. Xenonix is falling backwards from 2 Cosby and Mimic. Hayes does get the overtake though. And with that, we're having a genuine battle here. We're having a lot of battles actually. Well, let's see if we can keep up with all of them. Floofy at 31%. A little over 1 lap to go. That's kind of risky. That's gonna slow you down a little bit. Right now, the gaps are forming. Ace in 10th here. Booth in 7th. Not really a lot of movement going on because the DRS trains have been lost. Mourinho moves up to 11th ahead of Xenonix. I missed that one. Hayes is getting ready to attack. We'll slow this down a little bit so we can try and follow some of the battles. Sargent is trying to get Singh. Can you get it on the braking? Are you going to be brave enough? You are, in fact, going to be more than brave enough. Sargent moves up to second. Next up is probably going to be Floof, who's a little bit too far behind. Hayes is getting that move done on Mimic, but that is going to cost points rather than give points. And look at these tires, 25%. They're ready to give up as things stand. Synonix unfortunately could not get 11th place back here on that corner, and there aren't many overtaking opportunities left. Can Singh do anything here? Final corner? Not really. With that, we have, I think, for the most part, our results here. Mimic is going to get 10th, very, very likely. And I think we can speed things up a little bit. I don't think Synonix has anything left here to fight back for that 11th place. And with that, we have Mimic here as the winner. Hayes and Mourinho on 20 points. Then Cosby, Floof, Joel, Oconaldo, David, Singh, Sargent, and the Danger Man. And with that, take a look and see how things are looking at the halfway point.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be your race.
This really is going to be an incredible...
Lando, you fool. That's how you activate the curse. He's quick. He'll say anything. He's so hungry he will eat everything. It's not terrible. Yes. Defines Floof perfectly. We take a look at the standings then. Mimic takes the lead at the halfway point, ahead of Sargent, Verstappen, Shea Moore, and Mourinho. Top 5. We still have pointless Saubers as things stand. Their luck has not been good at all. And with that said, the Floofdemption here. The goal is for him to get P10. He is halfway there, maybe. We'll see how that one goes. Constructors, Alpine has the lead in the Constructors Championship. This is a... this goes against the natural order. Williams is second, Mercedes is third. And with that, we will go ahead and call it a night. I stole a point from a poll from Hayes, yes. I would like to bargain for fresh components. What is your bargain, Floof? Before we end the stream, what bargain do you offer? Does P10 in Championship win? P10 gets 25 points, yes. So P10 is technically first. Well, not P... I'm sorry, I misunderstood. P10 gets 25 points, so the 10th... it's still going to be first place it wins. Like, if we wanted to go super seasonal mid, then yes, you could do 10th place here. But it is first place here on points that win the entire thing. I got a little bit confused there, sorry. At least I got 4 points, yes. At least you got something. Daniel has won the XP Championship, but controversy surrounds it. Well, to be fair, there will be another stream probably tomorrow after a little bit after the race, maybe. So you can continue the experience fight then, I guess. Yes, basically Alpine is in the lead for both here. It is first place in the Drivers' Championship, and it is also first place here. It's not any others. We just change which position score points, basically. But thank you all for watching. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope I'll be in better shape tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be able to finish up this season. It's been way too long, and I thank you all for participating, for joining the stream. It's a lot of fun to sit and chat with you while we do this. And also a big thanks to Daniel, who decided to sacrifice $2 of his dollars to do an upset in the XP Championship. Appreciate that. Again, thank you all very much for watching. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and I shall see you all, hopefully, tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye.